What's up, everybody? I'm going to play the music and I'll be right back. I got to get see the little boys' room.
I see her rolling up, Uber black Cadillac, high heel boots and a sexy body full of tats. Baby's bad, oh baby's hella bad. After her there ain't no coming back. Wanna take a run at that. I think she's feeling me, turn it up a few degrees. My imagination of her body gets the best of me. Oh gosh, she's such a tease, bitten lips, bruised knees. I'm addicted to her, need her touching me, cause she got a bad little waist. And we tearing down this place, off the liquor that we chase. Got some egos to the face, baby, I don't need no space. Coming closer for a taste, and I'll show you how I make everything just fade away. Cause she's like sex, drugs, cocaine, body so insane. Jealous of the clothing that she wears up on that tight frame. Long game, no shame, baby can't get a play. I feel like an addict cause she's sex, drugs, cocaine. Got a fine little body and her mind's kinda naughty. They say that once you taste it, you cannot replace it. She could get you high, all the dopamine inside triggers fast once she's naked. Her body's a creation. They say the devil made her for his entertainment, but even he couldn't learn how to contain it. Her high heels make a damn good statement. There is no replacement, a body by Satan. She got a bad little waist, and we tearing down this place. Off the liquor that we chase, got some egos to the face. Baby, I don't need no space. Coming closer for a taste, and I'll show you how I make everything just fade away. Cause she's like sex, drugs, cocaine, body so insane. Jealous of the clothing that she wears up on her tight frame. Long game, no shame, baby can't get a play. I feel like an addict cause she's sex, drugs, cocaine.
What's up, y'all? Oh, hey, Happy New Year. Happy New Year. What's happening? Oh, I am not feeling great tonight, just so you know. I had a couple of in the arm, I had a flu shot and a COVID shot, same day, same arm. And it's hurting a little bit. So, and it's just not making me feel great. So that was on Friday. Feel a little better today. Yesterday, I felt like dog shit. It was crazy. Ugh, it's awful. Hated it. But today I feel a little bit better, but I'm still not up to my best. So probably going to be 2-hour stream tonight. I still feel better than after the last stream the next day when I drank all that freaking eggnog. I think I went a little overboard on the eggnog. I'm not going to lie. You know, somebody should have warned me. Somebody should have told me to slow down on the eggnog, but they didn't. Nobody had my back there. So I know all of you were yelling. That's a lot, but you know, whatever. It's all good. So we had John Kranz in a little bit early. He was like almost 4 hours early. He's probably not loving the loss that his team had today. It sucks when you lose to, especially when you lose two good players, because they lost two good players. Hopefully Love will be better. Make sure you click that if you want to come jump on with us and join the show. We had Whiskey Nose here a little bit early. Cheers, Marty. Happy New Year to you, buddy. Mr. Anderson was here. Cheers, buddy. Hope you're doing well. And we had Slapshot. What's up, Slapshot? Hope you're doing well, buddy. Hope you're feeling okay. How's your year going health-wise? I just commented on one of your Facebook posts because I thought it was funny that you went to a Taylor Swift concert. I don't know why you would do that. Slapshot. Shouldn't have done it. What's up, Daniel Barry? Sports. Something's on my hat. Sports highlights. Cheers. Oh, we got Jonathan. What's up? Just sells in Boston. Oh, we have to see let's see and listen to Marty tonight. No, that's just an old reused thumbnail. I didn't feel like making a new one today, so I was like, I haven't used this one in a long time. So hopefully Marty and Alex aren't pissed that I put their face on another thumbnail. What's up, Sean Holtgrave? Cheers, buddy. Hope you're well. Cheers for just Rick. Hope you're doing well. That's better than a couple of whistles in your backside. True. You don't want that. Never a good idea for that. Never the. And we got somebody in the back here. Let's see what we got. There's John Kranz. Cheers, dude. Haven't seen you in a minute.
Cheers, man.
Did you have good holidays?
Yeah.
That's good. Did
Pretty
you get anything
quiet.
good?
Some of my presents I haven't been swapped yet because just travel things. So people have been out of town yet.
Yeah, it's been kind of weird just now that my kids are older and on their own and have their own things. Like I had to wake my 19-year-old up.
I did get a barbecue cutlery set, and I did get a barbecue cookbook by Brian Baumgartner from The Office. So.
Oh, hey. There you go. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool. I got a book my kids bought me a book, and it's about the founders of who makes StarCraft and not Riot Games. God, I'm drawing a fucking blank right now. I'm like totally brain dead. Anyway, it's about the game manufacturer, whoever that is. I forget what it's called. And so it's kind of how they founded Blizzard.
Okay.
Blizzard Entertainment. So I'm excited to start reading that. Thanks, man. Yeah, just not feeling good. Very run down the last couple days after getting those shots Friday morning. So hopefully, I tried to get them both done the same time because I have to travel next weekend and I wanted it to be over. I didn't want to have to be dealing with it.
What did you get?
I got the 2 boosters for flu and COVID.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
I'm diabetic. Doctor recommended both of them just because I'm diabetic, even though I realize a lot of people are deciding not to go with the COVID shots moving forward, but just being at risk. We'll see how bad COVID gets now that we're a few years removed and see if we really need to do it or if it's just a money play for pharmaceutical companies. Don't know. Yeah, Jeffrey Wack. What's that?
Said you never know these days.
Yeah, you never know. Jeffrey Wack is actually typing this out. I was teasing him on Ken's stream yesterday morning. I was like, yeah, I think he's just got some script going that says, hello again, whiskey friends. And then he dips. But I was just teasing. I believe Jeffrey Wack is always trying to support people. So I don't, he's not the guy that would be fake and not supportive.
I don't want to start a conspiracy theory, but I'm just waiting for the bird flu shot to come out.
Oh my God. Yeah, I know. It's, we need to have a stream on conspiracy theories. That'd be pretty fun. Probably get banned from YouTube for having
That'd be nuts because the price of eggs here doubled.
Oh, you guys went to the free range thing too?
No, just the basic prices have doubled here.
Oh yeah, they're crazy, and they just passed a law that went into effect this year that now chickens have to be free range for the eggs that you buy. So you
Okay.
can't. Which I mean, if you see an egg factory, like it does seem a little inhumane. I'm not like it's
Yeah.
a fucking chicken. I don't really care about chickens, but I'm just saying, like it seems like not a great life for the chicken. But they must be kind of happier. They wouldn't lay eggs, right? Like I feel
I don't know.
like
I find that funny when you say free range eggs. I mean, does the egg just roll around on its own?
yeah, I'm like, what? Then you got to have somebody go pick them up off the ground? Like, what the fuck?
There was like the one that said free range chicken broth, and I'm like, how does that work?
Free range chicken breast? That's just the same. It's
No,
they call
chicken
it when
broth.
they, oh broth.
I'm like, how does chicken broth flow around on its own?
Yeah, it's how they like California did this like 10 years ago, right? And it's California passed a law that chickens have to be able to spread their wings without touching anything
Mhm.
or any other chicken. That was the
They
amount
did
of
that
room.
with housing for pigs too. So now a lot of the pork from the Midwest you can't sell in California.
Yeah, which fuck that. They just made California pork more expensive.
Mhm.
Idiots.
Like everything
My
else.
kids are watching. I love you. And I love California. Can't wait to come see you guys in April. Yeah, the eggnog chug loaf. I might have gone a little excessive on the Sunday before Christmas. Might have done eggnog to excess. I looked at the bottles in there, and I've got like this much left in one of them, and I was drinking from two, two different brands. So I realized they're only like 30 proof or whatever, but whew, that's a lot.
I could have cleaned you out like the pre-colonoscopy stuff.
Oh yeah, the next day was it was a little rough. The next day
Yeah, I bet.
okay, let's see. We got who else is here? Oh, Tommy D. Yeah, Tommy D. The Bears pulled it out though, right? Didn't they pull
Oh
it out?
God, that was one ugly game. Oh,
Yeah, it was pretty gross. The Bronco game wasn't any less ugly. It was Broncos versus the practice squad for the Chiefs.
yeah, I like that they pulled the game and switched to another game in the third quarter.
Yeah, I mean it was 24-0 at halftime. Like what's his name that used to be Philly's quarterback? He's done.
Yeah,
He's
Wentz.
cooked. Yeah, Carson Wentz. He's cooked. He's done. He's not going to play for another not going to start ever again. Unless Mahomes gets hurt. It's the only way he plays.
I just laughed because
Cheers, Mark.
whatchamacallit? Cincinnati played their guts out last night to get into the playoffs, and if Denver lost, and then Kansas City put that team on the field today.
Yeah, it was like, and I hate it because I feel like we would have given, just like we did the first game with Kansas City, you know, it's a division game. And I mean, if we didn't fuck up a 35-yard field goal, we won the 1st game. You know what I mean? Like we felt like, I mean, you got to play every snap, right? I give it to the Chiefs. You got to play every snap. You don't, there's no gimmies, you know, and, yeah, I do like you do feel a little bit cheap when you're playing against the second and third stringers for the Chiefs, but
you do need to go back and keep the old unis though.
Oh, dude, those throwbacks are so good. Oh, weren't they?
I love those uniforms.
Yeah, I love watching some of these old throwback uniforms. They're so good.
Mm-hmm.
I love to hate the ones from Pittsburgh. Have you seen those with like the striped socks? They look like bumblebee socks. Yeah.
Yep.
Those ones are funny. Oh yeah, I'm a Swiftie. You know me. I'll be honest, I only know one Taylor Swift song, and it was from like 15 years ago. And I only know it because I used to tease my niece with it. That's the only reason I knew. I'm not singing it, John, unless you beg.
No.
Okay. I'm not doing it.
Nope.
Giselle's saying hi to everybody. Let's see. We got
Jonathan.
Just got over the flu last week. Stepdaughter's boyfriend just died from COVID. Oh, fuck.
Oh, man. I'm sorry.
Damn, Thomas. I'm so sorry to hear that, man. It's awful. Like you don't hear as much about it lately, COVID, but I know like this fall there was a huge run at my work just with the people in the field and like all of the partners that we deal with and stuff like that. There was a run on COVID. Nobody that was hospitalized that I knew of or anything like that, knock wood, but I'm just like, if your doctor tells you to do it, whatever your political stance is on it, doesn't really matter. Just, the doctor knows more than I'm going to read on Facebook.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't particularly want to overdo those things, but I also know that I'm type 2 diabetic, and that's just one extra thing I don't want to have to fuck with, if that makes sense. But I will tell you, like, some people got the COVID shot this year and it made them feel shitty. And yesterday, like, I was off and on sleeping while watching football, and just on the couch, I laid down and it was like, I'm on doing two things at once, on my phone or the laptop while I'm watching football. But yesterday it was just like snooze, wake up, watch a little bit more. I watched the Nate Bargatze special. Have you seen that thing? He's a pretty funny dude. I napped through half of it, but he's still pretty funny.
Yeah.
It's on Netflix.
When they had the very first doses that came out a few years ago, yeah, I got really sick for the first couple of days after.
Mm-hmm. I think I'm just used to them now. Just kidding.
Mm-hmm.
So the reason I get the shot is the first time I did it, the first time I got COVID, it was right before we started this channel. And I had 102 fever for like 10 days.
Oh, wow.
It lasted forever. Now, I never thought I was going to go, to the hospital or anything like that, really. Although there was a couple times I was coughing and I felt like I just couldn't catch my breath,
That's how I was when I had it.
Yeah, like I couldn't breathe.
I kept wheezing and I thought I was going to pass out because I couldn't breathe.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And like when I would try to take that deep breath, it would hurt. And so you couldn't take that deep breath to get the good cough to clear it out. Is the way it felt. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And so like suffocation is like my worst form of fear for death, right? Like gunshot to the head. Okay, it's over, lights out. I don't anything, but like I'm claustrophobic. So the thought of suffocation just increases my like I'm getting stressed out just even thinking about being trapped.
You're not into the autoerotic asphyxiation.
Yeah, no, I don't like that. Like,
okay.
None of that Oz shit happens.
None of that kinky stuff up.
Like how I called it prison Oz sex. Like
that's how what's his face? David Carradine died. He hung himself in the closet.
Did he really? You think it was Hillary?
Yeah, he was trying. He had a bag over his head. That's what he was trying to do, and hung himself.
Damn, I bet it was Hillary. I'm just saying.
I could make Hillary. A comment there, but I'm probably not. But
what did Sean say? If you think chickens have it bad, don't look into. Fucking goose liver. That's some crazy shit. Is it goose or duck liver? I think it's goose liver, right?
It's goose.
Yeah. Yeah, the first time I had COVID was really bad, but I've had the shot every time I've had it since. I've had it 4 times, but not in over a year, so that's good. Like I haven't gotten the flu in probably 10 years. Like I don't throw up. Are you a puker? I'm not a puker.
No.
I fucking would rather be sick for a decade than throw up one time.
No, I usually get the more of like a bronchitis type of where I can't breathe and then I've got the chills and I haven't had stomach flu in a long, long time.
Dude, the flu this last year was pretty terrible. My wife had it one time and man, it fucked her up hard.
I had it once and I was wearing like 4 layers and sleeping under 3 blankets and my heat at like 78 and it was just terrible.
Yeah, it was terrible. Oh, Randy said Saturday. Let me know if you're interested. I can't do it Saturday. I was gonna say, did you have a favorite whiskey of the year last year that you found? Oh, by the way, I am drinking my favorite, what I'll call my favorite find of the year.
Nice.
Which was 100 proof Old Foresters.
My favorite one of the whole year was Irene Tan's Glen Scotia pick.
I'm not surprised you picked a Scotch. So great shot. 2 things. So first of all, I want to go pig hunting in Texas sometime. Not out of a helicopter, but just in Texas. Second, Not the week of the 12th, the week after that. So the 13th. So it's like the 22nd, I think. I'm going to be in Austin, just so you know, for 2 nights. So we might have to find a way to Uber and meet up with you somewhere, just so you know. Yeah, this coming,
Cheers,
I will
Brian.
not be. Yeah, and
There you
that's
go.
in, basically 2.5 weeks from now. So this week I'm here, this coming week. Next week I'm in New Jersey, so I won't be going live next Sunday night. So Anthony's going to go live. He's trying to set some stuff up with Marty and Greg. But so next Sunday not going live because I got to fly to New Jersey Sunday. And then like nobody wants to fly to New Jersey. I can't believe I'm going to
Live from the swamplands of New Jersey, like where whiskey. No,
Oh my god, yeah. Like who wants to be in New Jersey in January? Like but the week after that, I'm gonna be in Austin Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So it's funny, I was at my last company for 4.5 years. The week before I got let go was my first time ever going to a corporate office. I went to the one in Santa Clara. So I was like, but I'll be going to both of our main offices in my new company within 6 weeks. So that's pretty cool. All right, let's see. Lions are still up only 7-0. Man, dude, that's a low scoring game. I really thought that was going to be a higher scoring game tonight.
So is this the last game of regular season or playoffs?
This
the
is the
last game of
last
the regular season.
regular season. Yep.
Ah, okay.
So the winner ends up being the 1 seed in the NFC, and the loser is the 5 seed.
Yeah, you're going to have I do think that's kind of lame. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like this is how I think the seeding should go for the playoffs, right? I think your top 5 should be the best records. And then the last 2 seeds make them, to make sure that every conference or every division is represented. Right? So you can't
Well, they have to do 3 because you have 4 divisions.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So do you want the last 4 to be, well, at least some of them are going to already be, but I don't want just because you won your division in a shitty division for you to have a home game. You know what I'm saying? So like you look at the NFC, what is that? NFC Central that Green Bay, Minnesota, and Detroit are in? Is that Central?
The North. Yeah.
Or North,
North.
yeah. Yeah. So you look at that, like, talk about a strong fucking division.
Well, except for the Bears, but
well, no, hey, but they have they struck out on their
you don't have
again.
this good of a division.
They struck out on the first overall pick again. Anyway, just kidding.
Green Bay was 11-5, but they were 1-5 in their own division.
Yeah, like
it's
those, and the fact that so Detroit's already beat Minnesota once, right? So it's going to split. They're potentially they're just going to beat up on each other in a division like that. And you look at Green Bay went and just beat the shit out of everybody else in the NFC and the AFC. Like they just, right? I just feel like it doesn't make sense just because you win it, because then you have other divisions like the NFC South.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the South? No, let me look.
Yep. Yeah, it's South.
Let's look at standings, because maybe I'm way off on this. Let's see. Look at the AFC South. The best record is 10-7.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That's the Houston Texans. 10-7. That's Pittsburgh Steelers record. Did they go head to head? I think Steelers should have the edge if they went head to head and beat them. And that's kind of the only example there. The Chargers are 11-6.
Yeah, and they're going to Houston.
Yeah, and they have to go to Houston. It's like, dude, they put together a better season. Still actually rank them, right? So still make it so the same teams are selected to the playoffs, but rank it by record. That's what I'm trying to say. Do you know what I mean? Don't just rank
hockey used to do it 1-8.
Yeah, I think
division winners. Just do 1-8.
Yeah, I just think that's way more fair as far as who puts together the better. Just because you win your division doesn't mean you deserve home field advantage, right? Like you could have won it out of a bunch of turds, right? There was a few years ago, it was like a 500 team
There's been teams that were 7-9 and won their division and held a playoff game.
Yeah, exactly. It's so stupid. Anyway,
Mhm.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if they ever make changes. I feel like they kind of like. I mean, I realize winning your division needs to be important, but dude, like think of think of Denver right now playing Kansas City every year. Like we're
Mhm.
so far from winning that division right now. Like I don't know. I just think it's. You got to be better than Kansas City to host a game. It doesn't make
I mean,
sense.
that's pretty good. I mean, all three teams made the playoffs outside of the Raiders. So
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, AFC West was a pretty strong division this year. Can't believe Denver finished 10-7. They were the over and under at the start of the year was 5 games. So,
well, the more Knicks played, the better he got.
yeah, he had a pretty good game today. I mean, again, it was against third string, but whatever.
Did you watch any of the Atlanta game? Penix looks really good.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a gun. He just doesn't move very well. That's the only downside.
But they gave Kirk Cousins like $90 million to play 14 games.
Dude, it was a $185 million contract or some stupid
Under
shit.
guaranteed.
Yeah, 100
But
guaranteed.
If
And
you include when he went to Minnesota from Washington, the guy's a Hall of Fame bank robber.
Oh my God, dude.
Dude gets paid and he doesn't do anything.
Yeah, it's crazy. Thomas has never seen the Old Forester Black Labels. Yeah, they are picks, Thomas. So you got to find a store that has a pick. And I bought a lot of those picks this year from various stores. I love them. I'll holler at you, Mark. I got to find out what our schedules are because it's like a round table onboarding new hire thing. So I'm not sure what the schedules are, but cheers, James Morgan, all the way from frickin' London, France. What's up, dude?
Cheers, James. Cheers, great shot.
All right, I need to have another pour. I'm going to have one of my favorite pours from last year. Decided to kind of look at what my favorites were. What was your favorite bottle you got last year, Brian?
Mine was the Bowman Cast Strength.
The which one?
The Bowman Cast Strength.
Oh, Bowman. Oh, you love that. You got more than one of those too, you cheater.
I got 4 of them.
Yeah, you son of a bitch. Where did I put?
I didn't cheat. I just played the game.
Exactly.
I
Don't
didn't win a
play
single
anything
one. I didn't win a single one. I had other people win them for me.
Well, I mean, your wife does a really good job of winning stuff too.
That's only on the radio, though.
But now you get to see the cabs and the caps.
Yeah, going to the game on Friday.
Dude, there is
Montreal.
nothing like hockey in person.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
What
That's like NASCAR in person. It doesn't make
Oh, yeah. It's
the
so
speed
much
doesn't make
better.
sense on TV.
yeah, you don't understand how fast they're fucking moving. And it looks like you see how fast they're moving, but you don't realize how far they're traveling. You know what I mean? Like it looks so small on TV. So you're like, oh, they're just moving at how fast they can. But then you're in person, you're like, fuck, that ain't running, dude.
I mean, the NHL is the same way, how fast the puck's moving and how fast they're skating.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
just glad on TV they got rid of that blue streak. Remember that thing they tried to do there for a couple of
Oh,
years?
yeah, when they put Fox in
The
there.
blow puck, yes.
Dude, I hated that thing.
Yeah, it's like it wasn't even fast enough at the time to keep up with the puck anyway. So it's like the puck's bouncing around and you're seeing the streak go across. It's like
What I hate
the
now
new
is
thing
the
I
blue
hate
screen.
is the stupid boards with the electric boards. Like,
Yeah, that's exactly where I was going, Brian. I can't stand it.
Oh my god, it's so annoying.
oh damn, dude.
Like,
Dude, this is a
players go
really
in the
good
corner
pour.
and they're glitching like the Matrix. They're flat. It's so stupid.
This is the story time weeder. He only got like 70 bottles of those or something like that is all that came out of that. When he came out here, he brought a bottle. Man, that's fucking good. Dude, it's just another level of complexity over something like the Old Forester's good. Like I like it. But like you just get like layers. It's like an onion, but not oniony. I mean, there's layers. That's what I was trying to get to with the onion. But then you smell an onion, you're like, it's nothing like an onion.
I don't want that in a whiskey nose. No.
No, yeah, no onion on the nose. I didn't get that. Cheers, Christine Vasco.
Cheers.
What's happening? Chicago made a bunch of changes this year too. They fired their offensive coordinator. Need to fire that quarterback. But you're a Cleveland Browns fan, right? Cleveland Brown? I think she's Cleveland. Yeah. Oh, that's what I said. Cleveland. Yeah.
Yeah, they fired all their offensive coaches today.
Dude, and then the Patriots fired Mayo.
I like that they went out and decided to win the game and cost themselves the number 1 pick too.
Dude, they fired Gerard Mayo, and apparently, what's his name that used to be Tennessee's coach was interviewing in New York. Yeah, Vrabel was interviewing in New York, so they want to not get, miss out on Vrabel because he's obviously a Patriot. But yeah, I was like, dude, like Gerard Mayo was like, he's a leader of men, right? Like he's been there. 1 year is not enough when you look at the talent around Drake May. How did you expect that team that has nobody? They got nobody.
Drake May got better like Bo Nix as the season went along.
Yeah. I mean, Drake May, well, he didn't start, and I think he was probably the best quarterback in the draft. I'm not going to lie.
Well, I mean, Jaden Daniels has looked pretty good.
Yeah. I do think Bo Nix passed him on touchdowns and yards for a rookie year. Just saying. Also interceptions, but I saw a comparison meme on Facebook, and it was comparing Peyton Manning to, man, I can't remember. It was another quarterback that, is like good, but hasn't really been considered. Like maybe it might have been the Chargers, Herbert, or something like that, right? Where, they kind of, had their struggles, and it was like, touchdown to interception ratio, the interceptions that Peyton Manning threw, because Peyton Manning, his first year, set a record for rookie interceptions.
Yeah, they were horrible his rookie
year. Yeah. He had like 30 interceptions his
Weren't
rookie
they like
year.
1 in 15 or something. I mean, they were terrible.
Yeah, it was. I mean, he went to obviously a terrible team, but
well, I mean, that's the same way Aikman had a 1 in 15 year his rookie year too.
Yeah, it's you can't look at like the first 4 years. You have to look at the first 10 years, right? Like that's where the reliability, that's where the ability to sustain quality. Like Carson Wentz was pretty good his first couple of years. You know what I mean? Like, there was a decline after his like junior season at the pro level. You know what I mean? Like, I'll be honest, I never thought Brady was the best quarterback of all time. I feel like he was a really good quarterback that never made himself the highest paid player and overpaid player. And it allowed the team around him to be better. It allowed them to build a defense to help him. And, that I think is, and he made everybody around him better, right? He elevated everybody's play.
But what does it say about Belichick that he was terrible before Brady and he was terrible after Brady?
Yeah. But if you look,
he has never done anything without Brady.
That first Super Bowl where Brady won, the MVP, he threw for like 180 yards. Now, I mean, he threw for a lot of yards, make no mistake. He was really good. But like him and Peyton Manning and, like even Drew Brees, they were never like freakish athletes.
Well, that's back when the Super Bowls were tight games. You know what I mean? They were a little bit tighter. They weren't these lopsided one way or other.
I'm pretty sure every Bronco loss before they won the Super Bowl was extremely lopsided.
Every Elway loss kept getting worse.
Yeah, it was like until you had Terrell Davis, like it was like that San Francisco one was like 50-14 or some shit like that.
I mean, the Bills kept getting worse too in the blowouts.
Yeah. The Broncos and the Bills were like the AFC's punching bag in the Super Bowl for like 10 years. It was like a decade of San Francisco and Dallas just beating the shit out of Denver and Buffalo in the Super Bowl. But who had it really bad back those days was the Cleveland Browns. They kept losing to Denver in the AFC Championship game right before Denver got blown out in the Super Bowl. Christine. Christine called talking shit when Broncos were playing Cleveland. She's like, I'm going to bed, but my team's winning right now. I probably shouldn't say this. Oh, fuck that drive. And then Denver ended up pulling it out at the very end. Cleveland played a really good game, though. I will say that was probably their best game of the year.
Yeah, I remember the championship game where Ernest Biner fumbled on the 1 yard line.
Oh, yeah. Yep. That was the year after the drive, I think. They were like trying to close it, and he fumbled it, and Denver recovered it. The drive was like, that's Denver Bronco lore. Like every Bronco fan sees that video come across their YouTube or their. But yeah, I wish they would come back to that logo. I do miss that. Although, we never won a Super Bowl with this logo.
Nope.
Mhm.
Switch the uniforms, didn't they?
Yep. It wasn't until we switched uniforms that we won our first Super Bowl with Terrell Davis and John Elway. It was John Elway lost 3 or 4 Super Bowls. How many did he go to? I think he went to
3.
I think he went to 6 Super Bowls, won 2 of them.
Yeah, he won the last 2. Beat the Packers in the first one.
Yeah, so maybe he only lost 3 and won 2, but I want to say he was 2 and 4, but might have been 2 and 3.
He got blown out in 3.
Yeah, and really, if you think about it, like that was John Elway was really the only playmaker on that team. Like he carried that team to the Super Bowl, and you just can't win a Super Bowl. You can't win that many games against good teams when you really are just somebody trying to will you there. It's got to be a team effort. He didn't have it until he had Terrell Davis. He never had a running game.
Oh, Shannon Sharp helped too.
Yeah, Shannon Sharp. Dude, he kind of changed he was part of changing the way tight ends played today, I think.
I just wish he would keep his mouth shut these days. But
That's how he talks. What are you talking about, Cat Williams? Like, oh my God. Dude, he needs like the anti-injections on his lips. Like the Kardashians are putting shit into their lips. His shit gets in the way.
he quit on Skip Bayless, and he still can't shut up.
Oh God, yeah. Well, they kind of had a little bit of a arrangement. Like they ended up bickering quite a bit, and he didn't like how Skip Bayless was handling some things. I can't remember if it was racial stuff or if it was the Lamar Hamlin thing. I can't remember exactly what it was, but Bayless was making comments that were really upsetting Shannon Sharp, and that's why he left. I think it was pretty mutual. I don't think it was just Shannon Sharp leaving. I did love watching him talk shit, though, when he was on my team. Good shit talkers, when they're a team you're rooting for, they're fun to watch. They're so fucking annoying when it's the team that you're playing against, but when it's the team you're playing for, you're like, ooh, he got under his skin. That was great.
I remember there was a clip when he was in Denver and he picked up the phone on the bench and called upstairs, like, get the National Guard out here to guard me or something.
Yeah. He's like, you need the ambulance, you need the police, the National Guard, because they are having an emergency down here. They can't guard anything.
Mm.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. What's up, Jacob? Cheers, dude.
Cheers,
What's
Jake.
up, Jigs?
Hey, Jake.
Cheers, man.
Hey, Jake.
Hope you had good holidays, buddy. What was your favorite whiskey of the year, Raja?
Probably the still gonna keep it at the Old Fitz very special the 13-year, the 25th anniversary bottle. Just because it tasted so much different than what anything else I've ever had. I realize I'll never ever get something new like that again.
Yeah, it's pretty special. I would ask, Darrell what his favorite was, but he's going to tell you, this is my favorite, and you can't get it.
This store pick from this
Yeah.
this small store that only had 22 bottles,
And you can't get it.
you can't get it.
That was one of the greatest videos I've ever watched because I just got to tease him afterwards for it.
Yeah.
Not because he deserved it or anything. I just teased him. I was a
He
little
did-
disappointed Barkley didn't go for that record for the way. Darrell. I feel like it is a team thing. I understand why he didn't, but I think everybody would rather have a Super Bowl win than, yeah. Oh, what's this here? Oh, cheers, Big Cat. What's happening, man? Jig's bottle, the bottle he drank the fastest was Whiskey Encore's first pick, which was a Smoke Wagon pick. Interesting.
I had a 7.5 year smoke wagon pick I got this summer that didn't last very long. It was a local pick, but it was really good.
I haven't bought a Smoke Wagon in a couple years, probably. I've still got a couple of them that are like the old batches. One or two are open, and then one or two are not open.
Yeah, we got a 7-year made available in Arkansas this year that was really, really good. And honestly, that was the best of the Smoke Wagon picks that were available locally. There was like 5 or 6, and we tried all of them. And it was just like they just seemed pretty bland, pretty the same thing. The 7-year actually had a little something different to it.
Jig. Benchmark small batch. Come on, Jake, you're better than that. Jim Beam White Label.
And I forgot there was a lot of stuff that did come out this year that came out early in the year. You mentioned that one, the Weeder.
Dude, that one is really fucking good. I'm gonna have to
Glad
try
I
a
had-
couple more bottles while I'm here.
I mean, I
Glad I
think
had
I'm
2.5
looking forward.
bottles of it.
What were you saying, John?
I was going to say, now I'm really looking forward to, there was the thing about the Knob Creek picks now being cast strength.
Oh, instead of 120. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I think I like that.
I like that idea a lot.
Yeah, the thing you don't like about it is they're just not older like they were, which was kind of
Like,
nice.
even if you get a 9-year, that's above 130.
But dude, if you could get a 9-year cask strength, but even the 12-year cask strength was still only 120. It wasn't technically cask strength, right?
Yeah, so if you can get a 9-year one that say the cask is 131 and not 120.
Is Knob Creek the same mash bill as Booker's?
They don't say, but I don't think it is.
I'm gonna Google that shit. Is it's misspelled Knob Creek?
I'm pretty sure they don't say.
Yes, Knob Creek shares the same mash bill,
Oh,
according to whatever that AI found on the web.
oh,
Google AI. It's the exact same grain ratio of the mash bill, but they're not publicly revealed, but they are revealed to be the same. So what do you think the mash bill is? So what do you think?
Some guy that lives in California.
What's that?
Said some guy that lives in California.
Oh, that's it. I bet he knows that answer for sure. All right, let's see. It was 14-year rare character, exceptional cask, Kentucky malt. Yes, some will be 130 plus. Man, I feel like but what's the price going to be? Is it going to be the same as Booker's at that point?
it's got to be more expensive. It's because
It's
they
going to be
wouldn't do
more
any of
than
this stuff
Booker's, I
without
bet.
making. Yeah.
Yeah.
Heck, the store picks I've been getting lately have been Knob Creek 9-year store picks have been about 40 to 45, 49. They
Yeah, I
really
want to
came
say
down.
the last one I bought was 60.
Yeah,
That's
they have
what-
gone. They went from 40 to 60 a year last year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like, and I guess those are still single barrels, right?
Yeah, it's
But
just
you're
any
not
of the
gonna have
store
as
pick
many-
stuff.
But you're not going to have
And
as many bottles in it. So to buy
Yeah.
that barrel,
The store pick stuff in Arkansas, there's only a few store picks that I've seen this year that have sold out. Majority of the stores still have And they were trying to at Christmas. They were doing all kinds of things. Hey, if you buy a store pick, you can get this allocated bottle. That was how they were trying to get rid of some of those. Which honestly, that wasn't a bad deal, but it was just people were just wanting. There was a whole bunch of people who were wanting to resell, so they were wanting the banger bottle, and they couldn't get it, and they were complaining. But I was like,
Yeah, I'm seeing that too. I just went to a Wyatt's down in Longmont the week before Christmas, and it's like one of the bigger stores down in that part of Colorado. And they had Russell's picks sitting on the shelf. They had, a case of Shanks and Baumburgers on the shelf. They had, what you're seeing, like some of the stores that don't know any better, it's just called allocated, so they hold it back. Wyatt's was putting it out at MSRP, and it still wasn't flying off the shelf anymore. You know what I mean? And it's a big store. It's a store people go to.
yeah, we went to a place called High Cotton, which is down in Oxford, Mississippi. And at the end of the year, they have an allocated raffle. So throughout the year, you buy their store picks, and you get points toward getting tickets in that raffle. And we showed up there, and there's probably 200 and some odd people. And I didn't have, I bought a couple of picks there, but no, it wasn't anywhere to be. But 4 of the guys in our group were part of it. And there's some people that bought over 100 to 110 bottles just so that they could get the tickets for the end of the year. Because they were selling everything at MSRP. I mean, the $179 for WLW, things like that, the Pappy, all those went right off the bat.
Where they could have just gone and bought a WLW on secondary for half of what they spent going up the ladder.
Well, I'm assuming these guys put out really good store picks, so they have Detling store picks, which Detling in certain areas you can't get it, so these guys were buying it up and then, secondarying it, I think, or sending it off to people that they know. Not that you're hand delivering it; they weren't mailing it in.
Yeah,
but it was. It's just crazy. And then it was funny. We get done with that raffle, and we went down the street, and I said, guys, there's one other shop right down here. Let's just go there, and we'll pop in, because we knew the guy that worked there. He was just putting out Bookers, the 4th batch of Bookers, $89.99, and we bought all 6 that he had.
That's about $20 less than it is here.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Hey,
I do
Adam,
love me some Oxford, Mississippi. And now it was probably 16 years ago. I flew into Memphis and drove down to Oxford, home of Ole Miss, by the way, which is a beautiful campus.
Yes, it is.
But I bought my Labrador Retriever in Oxford, Mississippi, at Wild Rose Kennels. The best fucking dog I've ever had in my life. He was the absolute best dog ever. Best dog ever. No, not even a contest. Not even close.
Yeah, we've got a ton of.
And I
kennels
love
over
Jersey.
there.
Jersey's great. She's a wonderful dog. But dude, Wild Rose Woodrow was his name. He was fucking awesome. I miss that dog. Lived to 14. I had him for a long time. It was good.
Yeah. Yeah,
I'm making everybody cry. I'm not crying. You're crying.
I'm gonna cry.
Dude,
We
this
got a
backbone
lot
is
of-
fucking good.
Oh, which backbone is it? Oh, the Weeder.
The Weeder.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I'm glad Shane's not here, because when I talk like that, it goes straight to his fucking head.
Yeah, we don't want to. I think is he in China again?
I don't think so.
I don't know. Every time I turn around, he's in China.
He came back right before Christmas, I think. Unless he went back again. I don't know. So are you moving away from Arkansas again?
No, nothing firm at this point. So
I'll be coming down there probably February, March time frame. I'll be starting to take some trips down there, buddy.
just give me a holler.
I've got a fairly large retailer in Bentonville. That's my
Oh yeah.
customer. And then I've got another customer in Little Rock. Actually, just had a call with them last week. Down
You
in
really
the
want to say
Little Rock.
nothing firm at this point?
Yeah, nothing. I like saying nothing firm. It's not very hard.
I'll take you to a few of the whiskey bars, and you can go to Rocktown Distillery. And,
Yeah, I might have to like try to work it next to a weekend and come hang out with you for a little while.
That'll be fine. That'll be fine.
But you're
That'd be
down
great.
near Conway, right? So you're
No. I'm in North Little Rock,
Oh.
Sherwood.
oh, okay.
It basically everything's 20 minutes away from my house. When I put it in the GPS, 19 minutes, 16 minutes. It's like 20 minutes
Nice.
away. So we're just
When
on
I
the other
lived
side
in-
of the river, so I can go out to the West Little Rock and I can go to downtown Little Rock, or I can go to Conway, all about the same time.
Yeah, when I lived in San Diego, I was about 20 minutes, well, 10 to 20 minutes from everything except Wild Animal Park. I was 30. But I was like 20 minutes to Legoland, 20 minutes to the zoo, or actually 10 minutes to the zoo, 15 minutes to the airport. Like, you know, I was 5 minutes from the bay, 10 minutes from the ocean. Like it was a pretty good spot that we were in, but it was a tiny little house. I still look back at that house. It was 1,600 square feet, and we had 4 kids in that house for a while. 2 bath, 4 kids. That's 6 people sharing 2 bathrooms.
Oh, the exciting part came when the Buffalo Trace raffle happened. One of my buddies won the Buffalo Trace raffle, and they did the thing where he could choose another person who was also a member to get a pick as well. And there was about 4 or 5 of us, and we took the one I said, take the person with the least amount of points. They're the ones that, you know, have the least chance. There's one guy that had 1 point. So he's getting a pick and he's getting a pick. So I'll end up with he's getting a foolproof and the other guy is going to get an Eagle Rare pick.
Oh, that's nice. Eagle Rare picks are nice when you can find them.
Yeah.
Tim Evans will trade you almost anything for an Eagle Rare pick.
They both say they're going to try to have the barrels with the store and keep
That would be
the-
pretty cool. I would like to swap out this table for a barrel and then build a tabletop for it.
Yeah. No, I'm talking about the cases of bourbon. They're going to
yeah.
have the total production out of them. Store doesn't care. The store will take anything they can get to. You know what I mean? So, well, they just got to pay they got to pay the retail cost for it. Work out the deal with the retailer. So,
What's the next story time pick? Is it the Jack Daniels ones?
well, there was Christmas was talked about, but that came in
fell
a minute.
through because he kept going to China. I'm gonna text
Yeah.
him. I'm gonna find out.
So I have no idea. He mentioned something about a $200 or $250 wild turkey pick.
Oh yeah. He said that. That's gonna be the old. It was like 15-year wild turkey or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And what's scary is I drink the Seelbach version. Somebody got the 15-year Seelbach wild turkey bottle, and then another friend bought one of the 15-year Doc Holiday bottles, which is wild turkey. So both were pretty good.
And Shane is reading my text messages but not responding.
Oh, he's filtering.
Wow,
Non-committal.
Shane, turn off read receipts, buddy.
Not committing.
Although it is very powerful when you see somebody read your text and didn't respond. It's powerful, whatever they're saying, by not saying anything.
Yeah, because he doesn't want to overcommit.
Oh, Jack Daniels Bourbon and Rye, 10-year-old Louisville pick, 30%, 36% Rye MGP bourbon, and the first story time labeled 15-year Kentucky bourbon.
Whatever happened to our pick from Stranahan's?
Steve, it's
Yeah.
out. It's out.
On where?
From his store, you had to let him know you want one. It wasn't a story time pick. It was the liquor store on the South Carolina.
Oh, I thought
So apparently the story time Jack Daniel bourbon and rye are both live right now. And I believe the Jack Daniel's bourbon is the Scott Pigsley pick, for the record. He's got a Pigsley label for it. Oh, but maybe he doesn't have the site up and going yet now. I don't know. I'm going to look right now.
I didn't see anything.
But he's calling it, I don't know. It's kind of like the Angel Share, like we did for Sherry G. Or like HBR did for Sherry G. I had no part in it. I just drank it because it was delicious. But I forget which one. What's that?
Did you get one of those crazy Still Austin bottles?
No.
The Tanager
The Tanager?
cigar blend that they did.
Uh-uh.
It's now, I think it was like $200 or $300 on retail, but it's now $500 or $600 because they didn't release that much of it.
Buddy, I'm having
Came
a
in a box.
Can I order food?
No.
Food, no food.
There's lasagna up there.
It looks
It's not. It's a day old. Go have lasagna. Or have a bowl of cereal.
good cereal. What kind of cereal?
Honey Bunches of Oats. All right, go. I'm doing something.
You picked the weirdest food, bro.
Thanks.
Honey bunches of oats.
Oh, Honey Bunches of Oats is so good.
China?
Yes. Let me tell you how easy it would be to surf porn in communist China, dude. I know that's what he wants to do is go surf. I don't even know how to use his. Oh, I can't log in. That's why I don't get it. Like I tried to set up. Maybe I can.
Is that what Shane's doing right now that he can't respond to your text?
He responded finally.
Okay.
Okay, so there's still. Oh, it's up there. The Kentucky single barrel, $250. And Angel Share Scott Pigsley. Should I share this just so we all can see what we're looking at here? Ugh, I gotta fix this. Okay, here we go. Maybe it's working.
Here's one.
There we go. Can you see it? Everybody can see it. Yeah. So I don't know what the old Louisville bourbon is. I never bought that one. That one might have been there for a while. But this is the Wild Turkey. It's a 15-year-old turkey. He didn't put the proof on it. Oh, that's pre-order. Oh, so it's pre-order for all of these now. Okay. Or Dunny is still available, which that's a really good bottle too, by the way. But that's cool. I'm definitely going to get that one. I'll probably get all three of these. Who am I kidding? Not that I need more whiskey, but I definitely want the Scotty bottle. And how do you not get a 15-year Kentucky bourbon? I don't understand. You gotta.
You got it.
Oh, yay. Sorry, Emily Chambers. I never say the right things anytime. Just so you know. Yeah. Yep, the Scotty bottle. I'm pretty excited about that one just to have it. We'll all have to, everybody that gets one will have to jump on and do a cheers. Might have to buy you one, Slapshot.
I would take it.
I have to donate one to you. Oh, that weeder is delicious. Oh, foot's asleep. All right, so now I need to have something else. I don't know what else to have now. Oh, I still got to ship. I've got 2 of those Hirsches I got to send to Shane. I think I'll have some shanks. Oh, yeah, I'm pretty random too. When you have ADD, you tend to be random. So my son got kind of pissed off. By the way, I don't know if Jeffrey Wack's still there, but oh yeah, and I got to send you your hat, Shane. That's right. Welcome to the chat, Shane. Are you live? That's what he texted me. No, Shane, not live.
Not live.
Bear shit in the woods.
I almost wore your hat today, Shane. Yeah. So the Shanks is probably my favorite low proof bottle of the year. I mean, we call 91.2 low proof, but
Yeah.
I mean, I used to think that it was crazy that people drank Basil Hayden's without ice.
Mm.
It's like, how do you do that? It's so hot. Now it's like I need to go grab some 147.5 proof.
Back in college days, you took a shot of Old Number 7 and it burned.
Oh yeah, you're like, oh, they got me that hug. So here's
I
a
always
question
drink
for you.
my
I was
whiskey
thinking
neat.
about this when I was driving today. Do you guys still like recognize when you get a Kentucky hug? Because I feel like I don't really feel the hug anymore.
Oh,
Yeah, I
Yeah.
feel it.
Yeah.
Do you feel it? Like I just don't notice it, I guess, anymore. Where it's like, oh yeah, thank you, Kentucky. Oh, sorry, was that a little
I get
weird?
it
I
on
didn't
the-
touch my nipples. I did not touch my
Yeah.
nipples.
I mean,
Wow.
He's saving that for the after party. But
Yeah, afterwards.
First he
I
says
will.
porn, then he's touching his nipples. Oh, what are we gonna get next?
Oh, maybe I'll just have Ben Larson buy one of those, and then I'll just go to his house to try it. He texted me to ask if I was picking one of those up. I'm definitely getting that Kentucky because I love turkey. I'll be honest, one of my favorite bottles that was kind of a surprise to me was that old Wild Turkey 101 that Greg McDonald sent.
well, I did enjoy this one.
What is that? Where did you get that one?
This one got shipped over to Australia, and the Australians brought it back, had Jimmy Russell sign it to me, and then gave it to me.
Oh, wow. They're not bad. I don't care what anybody says. They're not bad eggs.
Hmm.
They might be pills sometime, but they're not bad people.
But I didn't open
Yeah,
it until the other night, so I didn't actually drink it in 2024. So do you count it since I was given it in 2024, even though I didn't drink it until 2025?
You know, I think you set your own rules there. We're getting too old to have rules set upon us. We make our own rules.
yeah,
Sorry. It just I made the rule, that's what happened. There it is.
That's it, yeah.
Dude, I'm going to be 50 this year. Holy shit.
I'm going to be 50 in like 30 some odd days.
Man. So in other news, I know this is not what she was referring to, but it made me think of it when I saw it. Hot. Cheers, Mr. Mom, by the way. Have you seen like the rug pull that the Hawk chick did?
Yeah.
The Bitcoin rug pull, like what a I
haven't
really
followed
believe
it.
so. Apparently, her manager or the manager that managed the company that was helping her with it is like Howie Mandel's son-in-law. So I really believe that they told her she was just going to make a lot of money, and she didn't really know what was going on. Right? She didn't know the legality of it. She didn't know that for her to make that much money, she's ripping people off. Like she just didn't know. I mean, I'm like, that's the way I'm picturing it. And I feel like the guy that was running it was the one that was the rug puller, right? Because there's like professional rug pullers that just work with influencers to pump and dump. So for those of you who don't know what they did was they created a coin and it was called the Hawk coin for the Hawk Tuah girl. And they had this like early buy-in. I don't know all the details on how Bitcoin works, but they had all these early buy-in. So basically investors to launch it, right? So that it's
Right.
got a market cap when they release it to the public. Otherwise, the public sees it as, there's you're investing in something that's not worth anything to begin with, which I would argue that all Bitcoin is really not worth anything other than what somebody's willing to pay for it. And there's no product or anything behind Bitcoin. It's really just influence is the only thing it is. Yeah, pump and dump. Yeah, I realize pump and dump has 2 uses.
Here we go again. There's a third mention right there. We're going down a slippery slope.
Yeah, so
Literally,
This-
yes.
This-
Literally.
pump and dump really refers to Bitcoin, not what moms do after drinking. Yeah. So
Literally.
cheers, Z-Man.
Hey, man.
Mike P. Diddy Stelzy.
Yeah, pump and dump. And Haktui, all in the same freaking
I know, yeah.
Yeah, I know, man. Z-Man, we're just
So anyway, normally you're locked when you are that early investor. You're not allowed to sell right away, right? And
Right.
so, but they released it for a certain amount of it. They didn't release everything, but basically she made, and the company that she was working with made millions when all these people came in and invested, drove it up. She sold it that, and they used a bunch of different accounts trying to hide it. So it makes me think that whoever was leading her down this path was smarter than she was, or she knew more than she thought, because it was a bunch of accounts. It wasn't like just one big dump in one big account. It was a bunch of accounts that were owned by her or the company that she was working with to create the coin.
I think they just scammed her. Is what they did.
Gotta love a big dump, though.
Yeah, I love it when somebody does a big dump right in front of everybody.
God bless, man. And all
Jersey's
those
good
all
at
that
it.
money.
Jersey walks around and dumps. I don't know why she does that.
How
Also,
many of
Brian,
those-
U.S. and Finland are going to overtime.
So anyway, that's the big Hawk Tua thing that is going on. She's getting sued now. Like, honestly, ignorance is no excuse when you're talking about that kind of money.
no. Ask what was her name? The lady that used to tell you how to cook your meals and make your house pretty and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah, the one that got arrested.
Yeah, the one who went to prison.
Ed?
She claimed
Sure,
ignorance.
Oh,
Ignorance
what's
of the
her name?
law does not
No,
prevent
one
you from
Shoot,
being.
I can't think of her name.
No.
Oh, Martha Stewart.
Martha
Yes.
Stewart. That's it.
Yep, that's the girl. Sexy
Yeah.
girl gets arrested.
Cheers, Dustin. By the way, I haven't talked to you in a long time, buddy. Hope you had a good holiday. Hope you had a good holiday, Ed.
Cheers,
I
Ed.
did. Thank you. Cheers, guys.
So, Ed, what was your whiskey of the year? We all know Z-Man's favorite whiskey mixer of the year was Miller Lite, and his favorite whiskey was Buffalo Trace.
That's it.
Mine is actually a pick. It was the M&J Ghost Barrel pick. I was able to pick up that bottle. It was a Peerless short barrel.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that was good, huh?
It was very
Was it
good.
a rye or a bourbon?
Bourbon.
Bourbon. I haven't had and I haven't had many Peerless bourbons. I've had I love Peerless rye. I like,
I'm kind
especially
of
the
like,
pick.
I'm kind of liking this garbage too. I don't know why.
He's stepping out there.
Jim Beam.
Man, you cheating on the Buffalo
$20
with
bucks.
Jim, aren't you?
Man, I feel like you're regressing. I didn't know that was possible.
No, hey, yeah. Hey, $20. You can't beat it, Mike.
$20. $20.
Yeah. $20 is $20, I guess.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
gonna keep this right
Yeah,
there.
they had basically to stop snipers, there was additional fees for people that were selling. So they tried to do that to reduce snipers, but they just paid the fees because they made so much additional money.
Yeah.
Yeah, Steve probably knows way more about that. I know Shane knows way more about that shit than I know. Cheers, Bourbon for Bacon. What's happening, dude?
I didn't even know she did it because I don't even watch the news, so I don't.
I've been watching Killer Women on YouTube with God, I don't remember his fucking name. but it floors me at some of the shit that goes on out there. It's always
Is
some
that the
idiot-
Piers Morgan thing?
Yes.
Oh, no.
Yes. God, that shit.
Piers
fucks me.
Morgan does this, like he's got videos on YouTube, which I think are just from the show, where he goes and like interviews serial killers or lady killers or whatever,
Yep.
and is just like, dude, a lot of them don't even, like one guy, he emailed this one serial killer, and the guy didn't even know the names of the people that he had killed.
Well, yeah. I saw that. I saw that today, as a matter of fact.
He had killed like 6 women. He showed him pictures, and he's like, "Do you know who this is?" And he's like,
He's like, no.
"No, I don't know who that is."
No, and they do this. They'll do it within a matter of 6 to 10 days. And I'm like,
Josh.
what the hell is wrong with you?
You know what else I've seen, and Z-Man will appreciate this. What else I've seen on TikTok lately is, you're taking a crap watching TikTok, and it's these prison shorts where they're like, "Hi, my name's Sally. I'm in whatever, county jail, and I'm looking for somebody to send me money and have conversations with."
And then they give their ID number at the end of it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like they're trying to get people to like, what's it called? The like little bank that you go and the commissary.
Commissary.
Yeah, it's commissary.
Yeah.
It's like a video from the payphone.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. It's like they're like
we call
searching
it-
for love on TikTok through this.
We call it go in a store. But you can't bring your phone into the facility. It's an actual felony if you get caught with a phone.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
How
and
come
they
they all?
will-
How come all? I heard Diddy's got like 4 phones.
They're all on vibrate
Diddy
too, right?
was driving a motorcycle. That fucking retard ain't doing shit. He's not going to go out in the general population, because if he does, they will fucking kill him. I'll tell you right now. P. Diddy ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, Diddy. Dude, I'm still waiting for the other shoe to drop on this whole fucking Diddy thing.
He's already gone places. That's why he's in prison right now.
Well,
I'm
it's gonna be-
waiting
it's-
for J-Lo to take the fall, dude. I'm just telling
well,
you
it's
right now.
gonna be how many? It's gonna be
J-Lo's
how many
going
people
down.
snitch on how many people, and believe
The problem is how many people have been mentioned already
really.
and blackballed, and there's
Yeah,
been
shit
no
ton.
charges.
Yeah, that's what gets me, right? Is like,
Now, in a-
I realize, my wife is convinced that they're still getting cooperation from some of these folks that are working with Diddy, right? She's like, they're testifying, they're building the case. And I'm like, dude, they've already had those conversations with Jay-Z and J-Lo and before they arrested Diddy. Like they're
Yeah.
not in the process of trying to build more case. I mean, they are, but like they've already had those conversations. Like Kevin Hart, how is that guy fucking employed? He was already on YouTube, like emceeing one of the Diddy parties. Have you seen that video? He's like walking around in the bathroom with candles all over and chicks in the bathtub with bikinis on. Like,
Hey, what does LeBron know?
what's that?
What does LeBron know? I mean, he's like
All
the
these
got
guys
that quote,
get-
no
all
party
these
like a
guys
Diddy
get-
party.
All these guys
Yeah,
get snitched on. When Dak Prescott and Ezekiel, whatever his last name is with the Cowboys,
Oh, yeah.
were having a party at the house, everybody was on Instagram fucking talking about it. I'm like, what the hell's wrong with you guys? You know?
Yeah, I heard
I
a
go to
quote.
buddy's house, I don't get on fucking a platform.
Like the problem is, right, if stuff was really going on super bad, right, not like on the border of what's not ethical, right, but like something that was truly like what was the girl that just joined the lawsuit against Jay-Z and P. Diddy because she was 13 and got dropped off at an award show and they took her home and raped her instead of letting her in the award show, something to that effect, right? Like I think it's super hard if you're wealthy to get convicted of anything. Like it all just money. It's not a race thing personally. It's a money thing, right? Like I think.
How soon do he goes the way of Epstein now?
What's that?
It's always a money thing.
How soon till he goes the way of Epstein before he can talk?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like the difference is Epstein had powerful people in government I think more like this. You're talking Diddy is Hollywood, which is not the same. Not to say they're not powerful. I'm not, talking about that, but like there's a huge difference between Jay-Z and, the King of England.
Did he?
You know what I mean? Like the English government does not want Epstein coming out and talking about who's now the king, right? Wasn't it?
No, wait, there's a brother, Prince Andrew.
Oh, Prince Andrew. Yeah.
It's Andrew, yeah.
Like they'll pull strings to save the royal family. Like, I guess not to say that but that's like, they just have political power compared to, somebody that's in show business. I just don't feel they have the same amount of power.
But people in show business have plenty of money to make things happen. Though.
They do. I do think so. You know what else I was thinking with this whole United Healthcare thing? Oh, that's what I was going to say. I heard a funny quote the other day, and I thought it was relevant to a lot of these conspiracies, that conspiracies are super duper rare and almost never exist because nobody can shut up. Right? Like having the cabal or, what was it that one senator chick thought existed for all the political, what was it called?
Illuminati.
Well, Illuminati, yeah, but there was another one that was there too that they were trying to, I forget what it was called. But the big thing was, it's like, you can't keep a secret because somebody tells somebody and that person has to tell someone. They can't not tell someone. And eventually you're far enough away where, who cares if somebody hears that I said this? You know what I mean? Like, and then, and then it's even further from the truth, but.
How far
So
are
let me
we
tell
going
you
to get to
something.
from Hillary?
Let me tell you
Just
something.
saying.
Part of our training, they will tell something. There will be like fucking 20 people in seats. There's 50 people total in the auditorium, and they'll tell us, you know what? Let's just find out how rumors get spread. So the 20th person gets told a story, and it goes all the way down. And then when it's all said and done, the first person has to stand up and say what was told to them. And it's just so jacked up. And you start to realize, you know what? Rumors are fucked up. Like you said,
Yeah,
You can do
it's
that in
all
a meeting room with 10 people.
Yeah, you do that. I called
Yeah.
it telephone, right? Yeah.
Yeah, telephone. Yeah.
Yeah, Rick
I just-
nailed it. Yeah, the only way two people can keep a secret is if one of them is dead.
And the one
Yeah.
thing about the United Health thing that really disturbs me are the amount of people that this was a justifiable murder.
I don't
I'm sorry,
think this is really politics. We're not really taking political stands here, Richie.
No, but I mean, people think that guy deserved to die. I'm like, he didn't deserve to get murdered.
Nobody
Oh
knows.
yeah, no.
Nobody
No,
knows.
no, yeah, that's like
That's
I
really
get the
disturbing.
frustration. Oh God. This is communist propaganda at its best. You have to ask what they are distracting you from. Damn, Sean. We need to start our own Facebook group.
But the thing is, you should question everything to start with.
Yeah, I mean, I think
It's all
that-
Bigfoot's fault.
Oh, that's what I was going to say about the United Healthcare thing, right? So I was thinking about like all these problems we think are just such a big deal. Like we hear about the dark web and all these, hitmen for hire bullshit. And then you hear about, how somebody's a professional killer and all that kind of stuff. And then you look and it happened one time in New York and it was everywhere that a professional like hit took place on the street where somebody came up and, dropped bullets in someone's head or body, whatever. I don't know where he was shot, but that tends to tell me, especially given the number of cameras we have, that, this hitman thing really isn't as common as we think. It reminds me of that quote that says, as a kid, I thought quicksand was going to be a much bigger problem than it actually is. You know what I mean? Like you saw Gilligan's Island, like everybody's running into quicksand everywhere. And you're like, dude, I hope I know how to survive it.
But the mafia was a real thing.
Yeah, mafia was, yeah. But even look at that, like it was a lot more crude than, you see in the movies with the like silencer.
Well, there's all these interviews on YouTube with Senator Bull and everybody else where they were just running fucking, businesses and just killing people. You know,
But how much of that is people just on YouTube now trying to cash in on what they did?
it's real, dude. It's real. Trust
Yeah.
me. I saw Sammy the Bull. That fucking dude's like 5 foot tall, and you look at him, you're like, well, who the hell is this shit? And he's real deal. And there's an actual interview that's on YouTube with him, and he'll start talking about how he got into it, what the killing that he had to do to get into it, and then they just started contract killing people.
Yeah, I think to your point, John, like the only people that like insurance companies are the people that sell insurance.
Yeah.
Right. Like it is for profit. That's what makes our healthcare, system kind of so difficult for a lot of people right now. I think when my only political thing that I'll say on anything that we talk about here on politics is that we're not that different on what we want for the end result for each other. We
correct.
want everybody to be healthy, happy, successful. I think the big divide happens when we disagree on how people get there.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean,
How do we get
everybody
there?
in this
Start
country is
this-
one cancer scare or a heart attack from bankruptcy.
Yeah.
We need
Well,
to start.
Politics always starts.
Yeah, we need to stop straw man arguments and start having real conversations.
Yeah.
Yeah, insurance fucks everybody over.
Politics
Josh.
always
It's
starts
the way it
fights.
is. Like I'm doing
That's
the
the bad thing
math
about it.
on like my insurance premiums just for my car. And I'm like, motherfucker, like I'm paying almost as much in insurance to insure my car and Logan's car, my truck and Logan's truck as I am on my fucking truck payment.
Mhm.
I'm like, good God. And I pay that every fucking month for as long as I own the truck. I mean, obviously it'll
I
change.
pay
a
mine
little
every
bit.
month.
Yeah, every month forever. At least someday my truck will be paid off. Like that's crazy. That's why all of these software companies like Adobe, if you use Illustrator or Photoshop or Lightroom, that's why they're all going to subscription.
Yeah.
Microsoft.
Look at the amount of trucks that are sitting on lots right now that aren't selling because
Yeah,
of
dude,
those.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, I mean, it's hard when interest rates are so high right now to buy anything, right? Like, housing is still kind of fucked just because the interest rates are still so high. They're not high compared to like when our parents were buying a house.
Cut the
Yeah,
shit.
they're-
Yeah, but the price
My-
of houses
my
weren't
parents-
as high.
My parents bought their house in 1966 and paid $15,000.
And they had 25% APR on it. No shit. I'm not kidding you. But it was
and
$15,000.
they could have bought the lot next door. And I asked my mom, I'm like, why didn't you buy the lot? And she goes, we could afford it. All right.
Yeah, it's the cost of housing is crazy. We were talking to a U-Haul guy the other day, and he was like, I mean, he just happened to be on the street when we were walking, and just got into a conversation with him, and he said that Colorado now has more U-Haul trucks leaving Colorado than coming to it. And for the last 20 years, it was one of the most popular states to move to. And now we're down toward the bottom because the price is getting so expensive. It's just so much for people to move here. Like you can move to Arkansas and get a way better deal on your house, or Texas and get a way better deal on your house. So they go from California to, because California is like, that's it. Like that's the peak of housing costs, right? Or at least in the West. I know New York is up there too at times, but pretty much everywhere. What's that?
San Fran's worse than LA.
Oh yeah, San Francisco is ludicrous. Like the Bay Area, there's no such thing as $1 million condo.
No, aren't they $1 million for a 1-bedroom there now?
Yeah, it is over $1 million for a 1-bedroom condo in the Bay Area. It's crazy. And we come to Colorado, and no, actually, Donald Rance, you're wrong there. Toronto is like the 5th highest in the world, and that's only the city of Toronto in Canada. Just so you know it, but San Francisco is the most expensive place in North America. And New York City is second. The only reason New York City isn't first is because rent control.
Yeah.
But Donald's point in Toronto, I mean, when I'm reading stuff online, is there's such a demand that people can't even get a house. You have to get in a
Yeah.
line.
Yeah, Vancouver has just got such growth. But it's funny. We talk to people in Colorado. They're like, it's so expensive here. Like, we're just as expensive as California. You know, you know, when you moved here from San Diego, the housing was the same. And I'm like, no. I'm like, I could have bought a house for the same price I sold my house for, but my house was like 1,700 square feet. You know, I bought 3 times the house for 2/3 the price. Now I can invest all of that back into a house and I would have a huge house at the same price. So there's a lot of houses at the same price I would have sold my house for in San Diego, but it was way more house. Does that make sense?
Hmm.
Whereas moving from Colorado to San Diego or LA or whatever makes, I mean, unless you move east, right? Like the further east you go, normally the price starts to drop the further you get from the ocean a little bit. But you know, but still anywhere in San Diego County, like my house is 4,000 square feet. I can't buy my daughter's 1,700 square foot house for the price
So
of my
San
4,000 square foot house.
Is San Fran so high because it's near the ocean?
No, it was a tech. It was a tech.
Yeah,
Yeah,
It's all the tech. You know,
Tech
Tech people
industry.
are buying up all the property.
tech people down to the south of the of
the problem with the Bay Area, right, is that like Toronto, like where it's that expensive is much more confined. When you go to the Bay Area, like you have to drive 2.5 hours outside of San Francisco or San Jose to start getting homes that aren't multiple millions of dollars. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
to get that house I had in San Diego, I mean, that house I had in San Diego, it was in the heart of San Diego. It was like I looked at Zillow a few months ago, it's like 1.3 million now, right? 1,700 square foot, over 60, 70 years old. It was made in 1952. So whatever that is, right? Was when it was built on a slab, right? Less than a quarter acre. That same house is probably 75% more in the Bay Area. If you're in San Jose, Sunnyvale, you know, that same house that anywhere else in the country, it would be, you know, a not an impressive house, right? Like if you saw it anywhere else, it just happens to be that's how expensive it is. That's why California has more people leaving than coming to it for the last 5 or 6 years. It's still a growing state because of births. So the births are happening at a higher rate than people leaving, but you realize you can sell your house like I did in California and buy 3 times the house for 2/3 the price.
Yeah.
You don't have to reinvest all of that. That makes everything so much easier.
Yeah.
Well, and if you build a new house out in California, you have to get real creative with the way you build it, especially if it's outside of the city, major cities. There's certain products you can use and things you can use that they don't tax as much. And you have to basically work your way to stay off the grid.
I'll tell you
A
though,
lot of the people, that's how they do it. They have to find a way to stay off the grid. Otherwise, if they have a hookup with the power, that's when the price will double on the home.
well, I'll tell you, California, I don't know if this is all of California or just San Diego. Ed might know, but they passed Prop 20 or something like that. And it was, you pay the same property tax forever.
Prop 13.
Prop 13, that was it. Yeah. And so basically, when my wife bought the house we were in way back when for like $200,000 or whatever it was, that was the same property tax we paid the day we sold it 25 years later when it had, you know, more than quadrupled in value, right? You just have to pay, like if you refinance and take money out, you pay it for that new financed amount, basically, as I understand it. But I'm paying more property tax on this house, almost double property tax on this house because it keeps going up with the value of my house every other year. They, you know, do a valuation every other year in the county and then your property tax adjusts.
Yep.
California, they didn't do that because there would be people in La Jolla that were like a plumber that bought 70 years ago as a plumber before La Jolla was like bougie city, right? And now they would be paying $400,000 a year in fucking property tax if they, you know, on a $4 million house.
Yeah.
Okay, it wouldn't be that. It would be 40,000.
Every election, they're trying to kill that prop. every election
Well, yeah. So do
period,
you
they're
know
trying
what
to kill it.
Newsom managed to push a law through? If you sell your house in California and move out of the state, they increase your property tax or the sales tax for the state of California for the sale of your house, because they tried to make it to where you had to keep paying income tax if you left California. Did you hear about this?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's like over a certain amount though.
Yeah,
Like
and
if
so
you
now they're like,
retire-
"Oh, we don't want to lose your taxes, so you're going to pay a little bit more if you're leaving." Just so you know, you're going to pay more. Which was funny because when I moved to California, I had my Jeep that I bought in Colorado, but was originally sold in California, so I lucked out. But I go to register it the first time when I moved to California, and there was $100 fee for importing a car into California.
Importing.
And so they ran the VIN number and turned out my Jeep was originally sold in California. So it was already part of that. So I didn't have to pay that $100 fee. But dude, my truck had like a fucking $1,500 purchase fee on it for registration this year in Colorado. I'm like, what the fuck? Taxes are crazy, dude. Everything is so fucking expensive. I don't know how I'll survive.
Well, how does anybody survive it?
Dude, I definitely have not been increasing my income compared to the cost of everything.
None of us have.
I mean, I feel like insurance is like, I pay as much for insurance now almost between health and auto and homeowners insurance. I feel like I pay almost as much as I do for my mortgage for all of those. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy. Insurance is a rocket. Yes, Steve's got it. Yeah, this James, now you know how US is working here, buddy. Come on. Yeah, you're right. Once you find your house, you don't move, Dustin. Now, they do also have a provision in that Prop 13 to where once you're over like 55, I think, maybe it was over 63, you can transfer that property tax one time in your life if you sell and buy a new house. Yeah, the lawmakers in states are always trying to get our hands on our money. We have something called Tabor funds or something like that here in Colorado, where basically the budget comes out for the state of Colorado, and if they taxes and all that, like income tax and all that, exceeds the budget, they're not allowed to use that money for something that wasn't in the budget. It comes back in the form of a state refund to everybody that paid in, right? Not a percentage, it's flat across for everybody. So if it ends up being $200 for everybody, that's what it is, right?
Yeah.
And so now the, lawmakers are trying to change that to where, no, if we exceed the budget with our, income to the state, we want to be able to allocate that to something new.
Well, they just waste money. Period.
Yeah.
Try to
Especially
solve.
on prison guards.
Shut the fuck up.
It took a while to get that out, but yeah.
I was waiting for that to register, Z man. It took you a minute.
I make what I deserve, brother. I'm at
God damn it, get off my lawn.
33 fucking years of that fucking shithole. 33 years, I told you. 33 years.
Oh, you rent, no tax involved. Yeah, you're right, Sean. That makes it easier. Richie, I will say for all the problems
Yeah, when something
California
breaks, you
has,
call the landlord, and it's their problem to fix.
that's right.
It was that easy,
For all the problems everybody thinks Colorado or California has, when you go outside in January and it's not 10 degrees, you're like, I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
but
get
What it is about here right now.
every night you got to wear a jacket, though.
It's 50 degrees in Arizona. Tomorrow will be 70.
Yeah, we've had a cold couple of days. Right now it's pretty cold outside.
My snow
18.
just started. We're scheduled now to get 12 inches.
You don't even know what 12 inches is, Slapshot.
Wow.
Yeah, dude.
It's what I flop on your forehead.
Times 5. Times 5.
Here we go again.
There you go.
All right, what are we drinking, Ed?
That's a good question. I'm drinking coffee right now.
Oh, okay.
What are
Then
you
I'm not
smoking?
going to drink that.
Hey, Brian, U.S. just won in overtime.
Oh, cool. Yeah, it was only on the NHL Network. I don't get the NHL Network.
Yeah, so I was watching on NHL Network.
What's going
I
on with the
can
football?
stream it. I have my dad's username and password for DirecTV, so I use the app and stream it.
Nice.
Yeah, they won 4-3 in overtime.
That's good.
Gold
What
medal. Canada didn't even medal this time.
What happened to the Lions game?
No, they shit the bed.
17-9. Lions.
How much time is left?
I
All right.
don't know if it's been halftime yet.
Yeah, it's in the third quarter right now.
Oh, it is? Okay.
I'm going to do a little Sherry G bottle.
It
I
kind
think
of
it
got
was
ugly
10-6.
there. It kind of got ugly there for a while. They were tossing the ball back and forth at each other. Like, I don't want it. You get it. I don't want it. You have it.
Tossing at each other. That seems a little weird, but
Yeah,
I'm
well,
excited for that Scott bottle to come out. Not going to lie.
What bottle?
The Scott Pigsley memorial bottle that Shane's putting out. The Jack Daniels pick.
All right.
Oh, Detroit's winning, huh?
Yep.
Not a
What are you
surprise.
smoking, Ed?
It's a Sanj Patel out of New Jersey. It's one of their house blend cigars.
Mm.
Hey, have
Pretty
you
good.
ever smoked a prime rib, Ed?
Did this last for Christmas.
So did you
Yeah.
like reverse or sear and then smoke, or reverse sear then smoke, or did you just straight smoke it?
Smoke it and then stir it.
I just straight smoked it.
Oh,
It came
okay. So
out
you didn't
really
put a
well
sear
that
on
way,
it.
but I've done it multiple ways. I've done it. It usually involves some being on the smoker for a little bit, but yeah, this time I just smoked it all the way through, but I've smoked it and seared it off, which is pretty good. I've also done a light smoke on a prime rib, usually at about 150 to 175. Do that for a couple hours, and then I've sous vide it.
Ooh,
If I got stuff going on that day, because sometimes we go to other places on Christmas or whatever, so I'm not worrying about it. I'll just smoke it in the morning for a couple hours, 2-3 hours, just to get smoke on it, just to get the rub dried up and everything, get a crust, and then also vacuum seal it, throw a sous vide on it. And honestly, that's really the best way to go because you get the best of both worlds.
yeah. So normally when we do our prime rib, it's like a recipe my mom had forever. I don't even know where she got it. I think my grandma. But we do like 400. I mean, depending on the size, you have to adjust that. It's kind of like doing the sear and let it sit. So basically 400 for an hour, and then you let it like sit there for 4 hours with the oven off. You don't ever open the oven. You just let it slowly cool and let the oven go, and then you turn it back on for another however long it takes to get it back up to temp to get it to medium rare. But that's always worked really well. It won't work with my smoker unless I did it with the egg, but even the egg I feel like is too insulated to have the same effect of an oven. You know what I mean? Because they'd still cool down.
Yeah. Yeah.
But my smoker is outside, so doing it outside would make it cool off too fast. And then, so that's where I was wondering, maybe I'll do like just a sear on the grill or something like that, get a nice sear on it, or do a sear after,
Yeah.
you know, the reverse sear.
Yeah. And I've done it over charcoal. I've done it in the oven at a high temp. I've done it a couple different ways, but yeah, this year I was just a little lazy. I just said, I'm just going to smoke it. And it, like I said,
You
turned
have
out really
something
good.
that'll sous vide that, something that big?
Uh-huh.
Man, that's cool as shit. That's how you know
are
you're
you,
like.
are you jealous, Mike?
What's that?
Are you jealous?
Yeah, I'm jealous of the size of Ed's sous vide. Sous vide.
I
Yeah,
built a.
they-
Just gotta wrap it up
I
tight.
built a 55-gallon smoker, and it was probably the best thing I ever did because once you do that charcoal cook over that with a little bit of wood, oh, it's delicious.
Dude, I'll tell you, like I use my pellet smoker a lot when I'm smoking just because it's easy, but I much prefer using my egg. over the
Yeah.
pellet smoker, just because it's real charcoal, real wood. I just feel like I get a better result smoke wise. I feel like you can control the smoke a little bit better. And there's something about like cooking over lump charcoal that just is so good. Like you grill a burger over lump charcoal.
It's
God,
delicious.
it's fucking good.
It's so fucking good.
I mean, you do a steak with that really high heat from that lump charcoal.
I'll be honest though, I made for Christmas, we did king crab and fillets. Just the three of us. So we're like, we didn't want to go do a full prime rib for just the three of us. So I went and bought king crab at Costco and then bought some filet mignon. Because going full ribeye when you've got king crab also, like you just don't enjoy the steak enough. Or it's just too much. It's too much steak to have like full ribeye. And so
Too much steak. Okay.
yeah. But anyway, I mean, we're big crab fans. But I did just a sear in the pan. So I got out the cast iron skillet.
Yep.
Put like a half a cup of butter in that bitch. And I
Yep.
seared both sides and then just kept, drenching the butter back over top of it while I kept it on high.
Oh,
Took
yeah?
about 12 minutes, got a perfect medium rare. It was so fucking good. Salt and pepper and the seasoning on top. Put
Throw a
SPG on it.
Throw a whole stick of rosemary on there and a
Oh,
and a
yep,
whole
that's how you
garlic
finish, yep.
cloves. Throw
Yep.
it in with the butter, get that going, and then
Mm.
sear it off.
Butter
Yeah,
goes
it
on
was-
it. Butter
it was
goes
really
on
good.
it.
And it's my understanding you have to do that with cast iron. Like it's just better with cast iron.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Well, that's whatever you like. I mean, there's multiple ways to skin a cat, so to speak. So
Yeah. Donald Rants, we just had our first snow that was actually on the road. Not last night, but the night before. It was the first time we had snow on the ground in the grass or anything. It wasn't deep enough to be on the grass. Now, South Denver, which is funny. This is what amazed me about weather. South of here, about 70 miles, we'll say, as the crow flies, they've had over 2 feet of snow so far this year, or almost 2 feet. We've had none. 65 miles north, none.
Yep.
And so we got a little bit of a dusting, and then we got another dusting last night, and that's all we've had. And it's we've been in the 50s, mid 50s Fahrenheit up until this week. So. And sunny, and we have no humidity. So when it's sunny and 50, it's pretty fucking nice here. That's walk your dog weather.
yeah, we've had really dense fog off and on here. I'm sure you used to have that down in San Diego
Yep.
quite a bit. But yeah, we've been having really dense fog off and on. It seems like it's foggy one night, next night it's fine, next night super foggery.
Yeah, bourbon for bacon. It depends on what I'm cooking, but I like apple wood just as a nice mild wood. Not a huge fan of mesquite. Sorry, Texas people.
Post oak.
Yeah, I'm not a huge. I like peach wood. That's pretty good, but I'll do apple or hickory.
I do
Hickory and
apple and
beef.
peach. I think Texas folk all want
Yeah, I got red oak and cherry here that I use.
they want the
Yeah,
hickory.
I'll use
Apple
typically
and
I'll use
cherry.
I'll use apple for my pork and I'll use hickory for beef. So if I'm doing a brisket or something like that, just because hickory is a little stronger, holds up to beef. But I don't like mesquite. I feel like mesquite just tastes sooty to me when it smokes.
So how do you
Well-
season brisket? Are you pepper heavy?
I don't know. I usually buy my brisket. Sorry, Ed. I buy my brisket rub. I buy all my rubs usually just because it's
No. When before you put it on the grill, because the pepper brings the bark.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I salt and pepper everything before I put
All right,
a rub on it anyway, but I'll be honest, like my pork, I like it to be a little bit spicier, so it's usually a more cayenne heavy rub that I use on my pork, even my ribs. But I still have kind of those brown sugar rubs that I use on ribs for people that don't like spicy also.
Yeah. Or they don't like the smoke so much, so you kind of go lighter, like you said.
But I love the way my big green egg cooks things, whether it be using it as a grill or using it as a smoker. It's just not nearly as convenient as my Traeger. So I hardly ever use my Big Green Egg. I probably haven't used it in 2 years.
Well, where you're at, the green egg will help because of the cold weather. It'll hold the
Yeah.
heat in better. Here, we can get away with using the Weber Smoky Mountains, which is if I barbecue anything here at home, I'll do that. I had my
Yeah, the
rig at
Webers, those are like the R2D2 looking ones, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Those are the most versatile cookers, especially in a milder climate. Or in the summer, those usually work
And
really,
you can-
really well.
It's way easier to add, if you want to add some more wood to it, if you need to add
Yep.
charcoal to it. It's really hard to add to the Big Green Egg. Now, you get about hour and a half, 2 hours of smoke if you put the big lumps of wood in there with the charcoal, and you don't have to replace the charcoal on any normal cook on the
If you
Big
can
Green Egg.
control, if you can control the temp, they're not made to burn a ton of lump. So
Yeah.
it's because they're so super insulated. But I mean, I've cooked on green eggs. The first couple times I actually would light up the fire, get it going, walk away, come back, and it's like 700 degrees. So then you spend the next 3 hours trying to get that thing back down.
Yeah.
Because
So
once you get that thing hot, it's toast. It's like,
I bought one of those things for the Big Green Egg that has like the fan that you put at the bottom.
like a Guru or a
Yeah,
something like
Guru.
that,
Yeah, barbecue Guru. And you put the temperature thing on top,
Yep.
and then you just set it, and it'll just spin the fan up when it needs more heat.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
is that an old crow? Did my wife walk in? Don't tell her I said that. I'm just kidding. Nobody laughed. Yeah, cast iron. I mean, I've got like I make chili and green chili and shit like that in a cast iron French, what's it called? Dutch oven? Not French
Dutch
oven.
oven, yeah.
That cast iron thing. And it's like so seasoned now. Like, don't use soap on cast iron for the record.
No.
But it's so seasoned now, like nothing sticks to it. It cleans up really well. Like cast iron it heats up so evenly. You don't get hot spots on it.
I clean mine if I have to. It's kosher salt.
Dang,
Scrub something.
7 inches so far for Gandy Road. That's like 3.5 inches more than Slapshot's ever seen.
You don't know what I've seen.
They never do there.
Oh God, I'm glad Brian doesn't hate me, or this would not be going well. Let's see.
Remember how we were talking about contract killers a bit ago?
Yeah.
Talk about every-
God bless. He's
So
fucking
far,
crazy.
we've solved world hunger, figured out the whole Diddy case in triplicate, and decided the best way to barbecue is a filet mignon.
There's no such thing as 12 inches in the winter. Shrinkage is a
That's
thing.
right. I was in the pool. I was in the pool.
Yeah.
It shrinks. How do you guys walk around with those things? Oh man, I miss good Seinfeld shows. Those were so good. Yeah, Dutch oven, French oven can't do anything right.
Mm,
Oh, thanks, Richie Z. I don't know what we're gonna do with Livewire in 2025. I do want to bring back some battles this year. I know that we kind of got away from the battles this year, the last year and a half. I do want to bring those back with Livewire this year. We still have that bracket. I think we might scrap it and just start a new one because there's some people that don't want to be part of the bracket that's there. Marty doesn't like competing when he's doing it. He just likes to do it the way he likes to do it. And I think that's perfectly fine. I don't want anybody to feel like I'm just using Marty as an example, not the reason, is if you don't want to, if you don't feel up for it, I don't want you to feel like you've got to do it. But,
right.
when I was going to do the last one, it was like, oh, send out all these, battles. It'll be great. And I realized like shipping is the bane of my existence. Terrible at it. Not good at it. And so getting help this year is probably a good idea for sending some of those.
Detroit just took a bigger lead.
Yep, 2 touchdowns now.
What's the score?
20,
It should be
23.
24-9 with the extra
I'll
point.
be 24-9.
Yeah.
Good.
So Richie, there is Adam will be here on occasion. He likes having his Sundays off. And so, the one thing you have to understand is doing this every single week, getting prepared, making sure you do it.
It's a pain in the balls.
Yeah, it's a lot, right? Like you feel an obligation. Once it's an obligation, sometimes it's harder to feel like it. And I think it's a relief for him to not feel that obligation to do it. We want to be consistent. I think like Michelle is another prime example of that. She doesn't like taking weeks off because she doesn't want it to impact the channel or somebody to feel bad that she didn't go live or something like that. And, Adam feels freed a little bit from having to do that over the last year. So I think it's good for him, and he's in a healthy spot. He and he just got a new job, or at least a new role within his job. So he's not going to be overnighting as much. I think it's going to be all local to Vegas, which will make it easier for him. But he's pretty happy with the way it is right now. I certainly miss him. I certainly, I love hanging out with everybody that's here, but having Adam be part of it was something that I truly miss.
Yeah.
Just as him being my friend. Yeah.
Yeah, that's part of the fun. I don't know why Michelle cares.
Yeah, Michelle gets it, but like she does feel, it's an obligation, and she puts way more effort into her Patreon, so that Patreon adds a whole other level of, feeling like you have to, do more. And it's really hard to compete with Patreon right now, just from a Whiskey Tube perspective, because you have, Mash and Journey that everybody wants to be part of it because he does so many picks and it gets you in on those picks, right? Or, Hello Again Whiskey Friends, or ADHD, or the Junkies, or, insert, channel here where they do so many of those picks, and it makes you part of that. And, as a small channel, it's just hard to compete with that there. So it's really just, those that are my patrons, whatever. I appreciate just the support. I realize I don't give back the way that you deserve, but it does help me pay for StreamYard and all that kind of stuff. Help keep the website up, even though it's really Jeffrey Wax products that have sold recently.
So did you give up on Streamlabs?
No. So actually, this month is my last month of StreamYard. I canceled StreamYard permanently and officially after this month. I've got like 23 days left of StreamYard because they raised their prices. And so it is like what I used to get, where I'd have 10 plus 2 and all the additional storage and all that stuff that comes with StreamYard. It's the same price now as what, it went up. It basically, they doubled their price. So going to Talk Studio, they didn't really change their price as much. And so I'm going to be doing after this. I just did this one because I was on the computer that had StreamYard logged in. That's why I did StreamYard.
So how do we keep you on StreamYard?
I don't know. You figured out the other one now. I'd like StreamYard because, prime example is this right here, right? Like you guys are here. This is my biggest pet peeve with Talk Studio is,
so
right, it becomes more work than more fun. See how it like StreamYard is smart enough to raise Ed's face up so it's not going right over top of him. On Talk Studio, I'm doing this so that it goes over my face and not Ed's face.
So we tip you on your channel. How do we do that?
I don't have a tipping mechanism.
Put one up like Ken has.
Give them just the tips, man.
So,
Yeah,
Z-Man
I
wants to give
only
you the
take
tip,
the tip.
Mike.
I can only handle your tips, Z-Man.
Do stop that.
Can you integrate the tipping thing through StreamYard, or is that like, I know Streamlabs,
Yeah,
I've
you
seen
gotta-
people
yeah.
do
Yeah,
it.
Streamlabs I can. So Streamlabs, Talk Studio, you can integrate tipping. They're doing more, right? Like I've actually had conversations with the StreamYard people just because I've had so many watch hours through StreamYard and so much, interaction and
the tip.
oh, there you go. Slap shot. I've had
And
so
that's
much
on the inside of
interaction.
the lid.
Stop that. Stop that. Stop that, Brian.
Yeah,
I don't
I
wanna-
mean,
I
I've
don't
been doing
wanna see that.
StreamYard for a really long time, and so I've had like through my own action, not them reaching out to me,
Hey, I've got a Mattingly pick here.
me reaching out to them, Mattingly, just the
Just
tip.
the
There
tip.
you go. But and they're like, you know, some of those integrations, their user experience, they try to do better. It's not really as much about the integration as much, right? Like, you know, StreamYard was the last one to do multi-streaming at the same time. You know, Talk Studio's been doing that forever. Restream's been doing that forever, but it took StreamYard a long time to come around to that. So they tried to make whatever one you were doing more effective first. And I think that's really where they're at. I think, you know, getting tipping and all that kind of stuff in there is coming, but it's just not done. I don't know how big the company is to know how many engineers they have or anything like that, but yeah. I just saw your freaking post in private chat, John.
Oh God, that was a long time ago.
Yeah, that was an hour ago, dude. Yeah, it's getting so expensive. It's really easy. Like the benefit of StreamYard is it's easy for people that want to come in. You get a different, StreamYard every week. Whereas with Talk Studio, if you don't manually tell them to create a new lobby, it's different, or it's the same every week if you don't manually change it. And then they just like jacked up the price. Like Michelle was dealing with them because they charged her for a year because she pays the yearly, and it was all of a sudden twice as much at StreamYard per year. So yeah, it was pretty crazy. Yeah, thanks, Burton. Yeah, that's the easiest way to support.
I never got the feet picks though. What the hell, Mike?
Yeah, feet picks are coming this year.
Okay.
I'm diabetic. Don't expect a lot.
You're
Just
not the
kidding.
Rex Ryan of Whiskey 2 Cup.
Yeah. They're not going to be barefoot, but there will be without shoes. Might be slippers, might be socks. I will say, like, ever since I was a little kid, I have to wear socks. Like, my feet get so fucking cold. Even in the summer. Like, unless it's really hot out, I can wear, if it's really hot out, I can wear flip-flops, but otherwise. By the way, cheers, Whiskey Mountains. Yeah, how much you got? That's the $25 tier, Adriana. Oh, yeah. So we have, I am thinking of this year, maybe, I don't know. I haven't talked to Nick and Adriana yet. So we have this tradition that we started a few years ago where Nick and Adriana come out for the CSU Wyoming game. For some reason, Nick is a huge Wyoming Cowboys fan.
That's weird.
Yeah, there's absolutely no reason for him to be one other than I think sometime they were driving through Laramie and it made him want to do it.
Funny.
Cheers to everybody except Ed.
Aren't they
Thank
the
you.
Cowboys?
Cheers, Vic. Hope you had good holidays, buddy. Vic sent me a Merry Christmas or Happy New Year. Happy New Year a little bit ago or a couple days ago. But anyway, so back to this. So we've been doing that. So this year it expanded and all of a sudden, Adam felt a little left out. So Adam and Roxanne came out and Shane surprised them. So Shane Long came out. And so I'm thinking this November timeframe, we might just make it a meetup in Colorado for anybody that wants to come. We'll do football game. CSU football game. It's going to be in Laramie, so we got to drive there. It's about an hour drive, and then have it be a whiskey meetup, here in Colorado this year. So I'm thinking anybody that wants to come and do it, we'll make sure that Michelle and Will are here, and anybody else that wants to come out, we'll find space and places and all that kind of stuff. So Laramie is a very cute little town, Adriana. At 7,000 feet above sea level. Their football team does suck this year, though. Ooh, she likes that idea. Okay, so we'll see. We'll see if we can do that. But it's pretty fun going to a college football game. I realize it's CSU in Wyoming. It's not like going to, Auburn.
Yeah, but if you hang out with you might get they might get your seconds that you don't go home with.
Yeah.
And it's 2 years in a row you get that you've seen women hit on me. So you
Okay.
guys, I'm just saying, like, it keeps happening. I don't know why.
You get women hitting on you in Wyoming, or is it the other way around?
No, it was Wyoming women hitting on me both times. Well, no, one was Colorado State Patrol. It was the state highway patrol pulled me over on the way home from Laramie. And and both have tiny donuts that are really delicious. But on the way home from Laramie, not this last year, but the year before, I got pulled over, and it was a lady highway patrolman, and she gave me her number.
Number for what?
She told me
Pay
to
the
call her
ticket.
anytime.
Yeah.
Are those the same tiny donuts that John Belushi trained on?
Maybe.
Call her.
Do you remember that commercial from Saturday Night Live?
Who the fuck's gonna call you
The
anytime?
mini chocolate donuts.
Adriana, that's just simply not true. She gave me her number. The police officer the state trooper gave me her number. And then this last one, lady comes up, and she was a little drunk, but we've all been there as guys.
Mike was told to get out of the stockyard in a hurry.
Yeah. She came up and she was like, she kept trying to come to my house when she figured out how much whiskey was here. And Adam made the comment, is it possible that Mike talking about these women hitting on him is actually true?
No,
I just want you to know, Adam, no,
no,
it's not actually true.
not true.
Not actually true. Those McDonald's girls say have a nice day to everybody in the drive-thru. Just so you
Let's
know.
hope so. Let's hope so.
Yeah.
What did you do when the Burger King one said have it your way?
Hey, it was hard keeping them out of my lap, John.
16 years old and you couldn't keep out of your lap. What the fuck is wrong with
Yeah.
you?
Whoa,
That was
bro.
the number for. I didn't get a ticket. She saw the yellow Jeep. She saw this sitting in the driver's seat, and she's like, "I need to talk to that fella."
No, she did not.
And then she's like, she hands me her card with a wink.
No, she looked at you and saw what the hell? I'm like, getting my.
She doesn't give her card out to everybody. That's not how police do it when they interact with the public.
She gave you the
Hmm,
card.
Seaman had a card.
You asked for a supervisor, so she had to provide you.
Get that supervisor.
Or
Yeah,
you're a
but Seaman
felon.
already has a card too, Mike.
I said, look, can't pull me over. I'm traveling.
I'm a traveling man.
Look, you
Yeah.
sovereign state.
I'm not actually driving right now. I'm just traveling. Yeah.
Wow.
Are you a
she-
sovereign citizen then, or
Sovereign motherfucker.
This is the Articles of Confederation. I'm not
I hate them.
performing business. I'm traveling for.
I don't
personal
need
use.
a registration. I don't need this. I don't need that.
Oh my God. I watch, there is a whole YouTube genre around
Oh, yeah.
sovereign
Oh,
citizen
no.
code.
Sovereign state.
Yeah.
Here you go. You're going to mention that again, and it's going to pop up on YouTube.
Hey, it's
Dude.
good, fun stuff to watch.
It is fun stuff to watch.
The other fun
24/9.
thing to watch is to watch Arkansas State Police pit everybody.
Oh,
oh yeah,
If
that
you
channel's fun
run
to
in
watch.
Arkansas,
I love
we
it.
will chase you. That's what
we
they
will
say.
Yeah.
chase you, and we will pit you.
That's right.
They will pit
Um,
you, and they don't care if they're putting you in the woods, if they're putting you a pole. They do not have the same people running Arkansas State Police that I had running my department.
Nope.
Yeah.
My people would have. They're like, nope, do it.
For the record, she was laying her head on my shoulder at the game.
What does that mean?
Not
Lay
the,
your
this isn't the
head
state
on
trooper.
my
This is the
shoulder.
one
Cheers,
who met
Brian.
the game this year. All right, I'm
There's if you ever watch Live on Patrol, they're with the police department in St. Paul, Minnesota. They've got a bunch of homeless encampments over there.
Oh yeah, I've
That's
seen
a good
those.
one to watch too.
Yeah, in the parking garage. They
Yep.
hang out in the parking garage. Yeah, those are pretty good videos to watch too.
The pit maneuvers
Yeah.
in Arkansas are great to watch, though.
Yeah,
And
well,
Georgia
they-
State-
that's their
Georgia
their
State
channel.
Patrol. Yeah, Georgia State. And see, the other thing that I admire about them is they get to cuss at people. If I would have said half the stuff that they say on those videos of people, I'd have been written up for violating their personal feelings.
Yep.
I do like if I'm at home in the afternoon and one of those Southern California chases happens to be on live.
Oh yeah.
There was one a couple months ago where the lady lost control of the stolen SUV and hit a bridge above it and literally was killed instantly.
My other favorite videos are canine biting people videos. Those are fun to watch too.
Adriana, I can't help it. It was probably the cologne I was wearing that night. All right. I am going to have an 11-year ECBP pick from Kagan Bottle.
Those are getting a little bit hard to find lately.
Yeah, well, that's because the 11 years suck. This is the last Livewire Glen that I have. Actually, I have a bunch up there that I've already used that I didn't send out. Yeah, that's probably, dude, those donuts. So Adriana went and bought these donuts and they came in like a paper bowl. You know what I mean? Like I don't know, like you'd get tots in if you ordered them in a to-go thing, like a tot, cardboard
Yes.
bowl. Dude, it's like, donuts are supposed to be light and airy. This thing weighed like 2 pounds.
Made with duck fat and lard. And
Oh my God. And there was
all
like
the good
this
stuff.
much cinnamon sugar at the bottom.
I'm gonna
But
jump
dude,
off.
they were so good. They're like
I'm gonna
crack.
jump off. I gotta go to work tomorrow.
Hey, see you, Z man. Have a good night, buddy.
See you, man.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna jump off too. So we'll text you
Hey,
guys
see you,
later.
Ed. Have a good night, buddy.
Yeah, see ya.
Yeah, we're gonna shut this down here in a few anyway. Yeah, they were really good. I will say the ones out of Laramie were better, but they hit the spot. When you think you're not going to get them, and then all of a sudden Adriana found them, and you got some, you're like, these are good.
Those sound. There's a food truck that comes to the Virginia State Fair that has donuts. And they sound just like those. They come in a little thing, and they just coat them in the whatever topping you're getting.
Mm. Dude, I don't know why I have I love ECBP. Like I just really like Elijah Craig. I don't know why I don't drink it more. I've got like 35 bottles of Elijah Craig or whatever it is, 20 bottles. I don't know why I don't drink it much.
That's funny.
I've gotten on a hit lately of just drinking. That's all I do is just drink Elijah Craig stuff.
So is that the real reason the state trooper stopped you in the first place? You had donuts in the car. She smelled them.
Could be. I like
She smelled it.
she probably smelled it because I take those donuts with the state trooper knowing. Dude, she was all over me. It was crazy. It was a little awkward. She was flirty.
Well, Detroit just scored again.
They just stuck a fork in Minnesota.
Yeah,
Fuck
just
Minnesota.
here's the question: is this going to make it easier or harder for JG McCarthy to get his job back?
Dude,
I
they're
don't think they're going to
14-2.
sign Darnold to a contract.
Can they do that?
From what
I
I've
don't
heard,
know.
I've
After
heard them,
this year,
I've heard them about franchising Darnold and then trading him.
Like I feel like it's a sign and trade.
I think it's a franchise tag and trade.
But that team made Kirk Cousins look pretty good too.
yeah, good point.
That coach made Kirk Cousins look pretty good. I mean, I feel like
That's the thing.
coaching.
I think he goes anywhere else, he's going to be the same old Sam Darnold. So
Yeah, he needs to do everything he can to stay put.
I mean, you
and
look
have
at the way
him trade.
Penix played. I mean, Cousins literally stole money from Atlanta.
Dude, this quarterback draft class was fucking good, dude. Like it's hard to
Daniels,
believe. How good.
Nix, May. I mean, Caleb was decent at times.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, he was the number one pick and probably fourth best out of the group right now.
Yeah.
He just they were talking about it this morning where they said he really didn't improve over the
mean-
course of the year, like Nix and May and what's his butt?
Jaden Daniels got Washington from the second pick to the 6th seed in the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean it's Well, I don't know that he did that.
Well, I mean, Dan Quinn helped too, but
Yeah,
still.
Dan Quinn is a pretty good coach. Like he's taken a team to the Super Bowl.
Proman, I'm not sure. They got to get off their asses the way they played the last couple of weeks.
Adriana has punched me face.
Oh, anybody from the Vikings has a punching face, though. But
Adriana
that's just
says I
me
have a
living in
punch-
Wisconsin.
Yeah, what's the but I think Bo Nix actually had statistically the best year.
I mean,
Of
I
all of
think
it.
Denver at Buffalo is going to be an interesting game.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think Denver's the team you want to play in the playoffs. I don't think there's any chance they'd be
I mean, the
favored.
rematch of
Anybody-
Pittsburgh and Baltimore, I can't wait for that.
Dude, there's no way Pittsburgh can beat Baltimore.
No. Not the way they played yesterday. Or
Dude, like other than fucking Jackson choking in the playoffs, I just
Yeah.
don't think.
everybody talks about Josh Allen, but I think Lamar deserves the MVP over Josh Allen.
I mean, statistically speaking, but when you look at just the ability to carry the team, Josh
Yeah.
Allen did a lot to make the rest of that team better.
That defense
Considering
sucks.
there's no fucking defense in Buffalo.
Yeah, there's no defense there. That's their Achilles heel.
Yeah. So, I mean, Lamar Jackson, his QBR rating is 77.6 compared to Josh Allen's 77.2.
But look at Lamar's touchdown to interception ratio.
But Lamar has thrown way more yards. He's thrown more touchdowns and he rushed for more yards.
Look at his interceptions.
But he also had the second or the best AFC running back in the.
Well, I mean, Derrick Henry was going to help anybody.
Yeah. I mean, that stacks the box so you can make more throws.
I mean, Philly wouldn't have been as good without Barkley either.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I'm just saying, like, yeah, Gandy Road, like, I would argue that statistically Joe Burrow had the best, especially considering he had such a rough start at the first part of the year. I just
Yeah.
hate it because he's a lesbian. Did you see that meme with him? It was like,
Wow.
No,
there was a meme when he like bleached his tips and he was walking in and he looked like a lesbian. And it was like,
oh wow, Okay.
Joe Burrow's turned his season around as soon as he came out of the closet as a lesbian, and it was like he looked just like a lesbian. Like we have a friend that honestly, I mean, they look different, but like their overall look, she's a lesbian. They both look like a lesbian. I'm
Does
just
Joe
saying.
Burrow run with scissors?
Yeah, I would say like I feel like Josh Allen carried his team to the spot they're at more than anybody else did. Josh Allen does not have the receivers that Joe Burrow has. Right? Like
No, I mean, yeah, Buffalo.
Buffalo, I mean, they just got what's his name that used to be at Dallas for a long time.
Amari Cooper.
Yeah, Amari Cooper. Like he's their best receiver and he's like 31 years old.
Mhm.
That's why I wonder like what Bo Nix would be if he had real receivers. Because Bo Nix has not got what fucking Washington or Chicago has. Like,
But he's
But
developing.
more free agent receivers, they're going to look at Denver now.
yeah, I mean, problem is we don't have the money this year for.
Oh, you got that dead cap from Wilson, yeah.
Luckily, it's the smaller one. This was our big year of dead cap. Like everybody's talking about these coaches for coaches of the year, but you have to look at, people giving fucking. And granted, I'm a Bronco fan, so I see things through orange and blue glasses. But you look at Peyton when he drafted Bo Nix. They're like, dude, he could have been a second rounder. Right. And they're like, look at this fucking, cap hit they're taking of, what was it? 55 million or something like
50
that.
to 60.
Yeah.
Yeah. 65 million for Russell Wilson. They're like, look at all these problems Denver has with depth, with all that shit. And yet they still go from 5 wins to 10 wins.
But Peyton was smart enough maybe to draft a quarterback that fit his scheme.
Yeah. I
Or
mean,
fit
obviously,
his
yeah.
system.
I mean, and to be able, like Drew Brees was a second round quarterback that he turned into a, Hall of
He
Fame.
was on his second team because he got traded out of San Diego.
because they drafted Phillip Rivers.
Well, they drafted Eli Manning, but Eli Manning was a little bitch and didn't want to play in San Diego.
Yeah. Which we get it. Like, who wants to play
Which
for
I
the
did watch
Patriots?
Drew Brees playing college twice in person, and he
At
was
Purdue?
good. Yep.
Isn't
I had
it
a younger
funny
brother
how-
who was going to Purdue at the time.
It's funny watching the drafts and shit. You start to learn like who everybody played for because
My thing with football and hockey and baseball now is I'm watching the sons of players I grew up with.
he might have bleached.
It's
his
like I'm
tits.
fucking old right now.
Adriana, he might have bleached his tits. I don't know. I mean, that's
Bleached his
between him
what?
and his wife.
What did you say?
I said he bleached.
What?
I said Burrows bleached his tips, and Adriana
I
was
thought you
like,
said tits for a second.
yeah.
Yeah, I was like, whoa. When did that become a thing?
Oh my God, Phillip Rivers was awesome. Like he
I did-
was as a person, not a quarterback.
I did go to a game at Purdue where Breeze was the quarterback for Purdue and Antoine Randall L was quarterback in Indiana. That was pretty good.
So I will also add, like, you know how I said like Drew Brees and Peyton Manning and Tom Brady aren't really like these elite athletes. Like that's using it in a sense compared to like a linebacker in the NFL, right? Like, or compared to a Patrick Mahomes, not compared to a normal person. So I went and did this maybe it was like 3 years ago. My company did this thing at Coors Field with the Rockies. So they brought in a bunch of the old Rockies when the team was on the road, and we got to go on the field, us and a bunch of our customers and all that stuff. We got to go on the field, take batting practice, go in the bullpen and pitch, catch fly balls out in the outfield, catch grounders on the infield. You know what I mean? Like that kind of stuff. Got our name and our picture up on the scoreboard, all that shit. And so when the hitting part came around, they had a home run derby, which nobody hit a home run, but it was all like, who's going to come the closest, right? I hit it, and I drilled one down the line. It went down into the little thing where the ambulance sits and waits. It was fair when it landed, but then it rolled that far. Didn't fly that far by any stretch. There were two guys that were like peppering the wall, but never got it over. One of those was Drew Brees' brother. He was the one that actually won the home run derby for hitting it the furthest of everybody. So there's a huge difference between like a normal person that's fairly athletic like I was to an athlete, like somebody that's really an athlete. Like I have a buddy of mine that he won Iowa State wrestling championship in high school 2 years in a row. He only lost one match in those 2 years. That's all he lost. He was never drafted, but played linebacker for Iowa State. Right? He was a full ride scholarship and all that stuff. But like that just goes to show, like, not drafted, still an elite athlete because he was, Iowa and Missouri is like where wrestling was born in this country almost, right? You feel like all of those states are like every kid that grows up on a farm wrestles.
What else is there to do in Iowa when you're growing up?
Right? Like you're wrestling cows, you're wrestling pigs. Adriana knows what I'm talking about. She wrestles Promans. But
Oh, wow.
Before I get canceled, do you know why Iowa plays on artificial turf?
why?
Keep the cheerleaders from grazing.
Keep all the players' girlfriends off the field.
Lord, I apologize for that. But
I am not an elite athlete. I'm just a better than normal
That's
person
funny right
at
there. I don't
athletics.
care who you are.
I don't care who you are. That's funny right there.
For the record, I am athletic for my physique.
You keep using that word, but I don't think you know what it means.
Yeah. For what I've got, for what I've been gifted with, I outrun skinny people. We'll just say that.
I mean, I'm in shape, round to shape. So
Yeah, I can roll as fast as anyone. Look at Whiskey Nose still up and awake. It's like 11:15 in
cheers, Marty.
North Carolina. Cheers, Marty. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a good New
Well,
Year.
he knows
buddy.
there's going to be 12 inches of snow coming, so he's not going anywhere tomorrow.
I
He's never
apologize
even
for my
seen a
comment
fish
about
before.
7-8 hours ago. So
all the governments around here already closed 4 hours ago, and
Dude,
hasn't
it
even
boggles
started
my
snowing.
mind that everybody is getting all this fucking snow, and I'm not getting any snow in
It's
Colorado.
going south of us. I have no problem.
Marty.
Hey, Marty.
Holy shit!
What's going on?
Hey, Marty, I
Not
apologize
good,
for my
no.
comment on the thumbnail earlier today. So
Yeah, you should.
Remember that old thumbnail, Marty? I found it like looking through photos today. I was like,
That's
oh,
did you see my comment, Mike?
yeah, I saw it.
I did. What
You
you
know,
say, John?
I'm really
I said I
glad
hope
you put
Marty
that
doesn't
as
pull
your
Barney
tagline,
Fife because
Marty.
you have a gun in your hand.
That's good. I like it. I like it.
Marty,
You
I'm
only
really
had
glad
2
you
on
put
both.
that because I was gonna be confused. I really thought you were Barry Sanders when you came in.
Yeah, I'm not. So,
Is it over?
yeah, pretty much.
It's over. Yeah.
31-9 with 4 minutes.
And they just fumbled again.
I'm behind, so you just tell me what's going on. I'm good.
Yeah. Jefferson caught the ball. I don't know. Did he take a step?
I've got 1st and 10 Minnesota, and he's snapping it now. Throwing it down the field, maybe. Yeah, right there. Kicked it.
Sam Darnold pass incomplete, short middle to.
Yeah, I'm behind.
Oh, they're calling it incomplete to Jefferson. Okay.
They're probably incomplete.
Yeah, it was
okay.
reversed.
Yeah.
to be
So I've got the over-the-air antenna, so I'm probably a few seconds ahead.
Yeah, if you're using Hulu or YouTube TV, you're 30 seconds late.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
using
my
my
brothers
little
during hockey
dish.
playoffs, they're like a minute ahead of me. I'll get a text message when the Caps score or get scored on. I won't look at it because I don't want to know.
Usually
which
with the
day it is.
Caps, there's more of them getting scored on than them scoring, right?
Oh, not this year, brother.
Yeah,
The Capitals are doing good this year.
damn right. Caps are.
Ovi's on. They're all on fire. But see, we got a ragtag bunch again that just came together, just like another year, 2018.
I was
And I'm
watching
gonna say it
Minnesota,
now,
Carolina.
if we don't
yesterday.
fuck up the first round of the playoff,
Nah,
Damn.
Caps,
we're going to the
Caps-
cup.
Caps stay healthy. They're going to be hard to beat.
Caps have the third most points in hockey.
Yep.
So
They stay
Minnesota
healthy.
went to Carolina and shut them out yesterday.
Yeah,
And the
4-0.
Minnesota announcers were taking a bet whether Ovi plays another 4 seasons that gets to 1,000 or not.
I don't know
I'm
how
like,
the
I
Avs
doubt
can
it.
be such dog
No.
shit this year. When
If
they've
he
got
breaks the
same
record and we
team.
win the cup this year, he won't even come back next year to finish out
You
his
gotta win
contract.
the
He'll be
cup.
done.
Yeah,
Fourth and 10 for Minnesota right now.
yep. I'll be honest. YouTube TV and Hulu are both raising their prices. I'm tempted to pay the extra $70 just to go back to DirecTV.
I've got a jailbreak. So
I'm just like, DirecTV is so much nicer to use than Hulu or
Dish.
yeah,
gotta see if
YouTube.
they
Like
have
Dish is
the
going out of
channel that
business.
carries
For the
Caps
record,
games.
Dish is dying.
That's my problem.
Part of them is based out of Colorado, and they are going away.
Did that merger get voted down or not?
No,
Oh, for which
With
DirecTV?
DirecTV and Dish.
Dude, I think it's merger goes through or Dish goes away.
I agree.
I think that's why that one's going through. It's
the
not
whole
like
Sirius
the,
XM gig.
yeah, it's not like the Kroger Albertsons merger that is fucking absurd.
I just remember when I had Dish like 10 years ago and they did these pro-Christian Merry Christmas commercials. And I was like, wait a second, you got like 20 porn channels on your service. How are you doing the Christian Merry Christmas?
Because $20 is $20.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, there's this huge thing. I was watching the security. Apparently, this security video. Sorry, I was talking faster or thinking faster than I could talk. There was a security video I was watching, and they're starting to protect children from the internet. And so they are starting to make
Z-Man's
it.
out.
What's that?
Z-Man's out.
Yeah, Z-Man. Sorry, dude, you're done. You got to watch that P word somewhere else. I don't want to be. Oh, never mind. I'm not.
I'm just kidding. I just like Z-Man.
But like Utah, I think Utah is a place that they do this, but there's other places too where now if you want to watch the P word free porn, you still have to provide your credit card to verify your age.
Oh, that's how it is in Virginia.
Yeah.
Did you see the meme where Pornhub
you
was banned
streaming?
in Florida, and they said, "How's the South going to rise again if you ban Pornhub in Florida?"
Yeah.
That's how it is here.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, I mean, I'm all for it. Like, I don't care. I feel like porn is probably a not the best for human mind, for male minds to be good people in general. But then again, to each their own. I'm not one to tell people what they can or can't do.
Have you seen Nick Proman? I mean, come on.
Dude, he's got his own porno. He's got his own OnlyFans.
His OnlyFans, everything's rocking.
You know, you have to start watching saying things like OnlyFans, Marty, now that you're monetized. I mean, not on Livewire. We don't care. I'm just saying. Don't say OnlyFans. You got to say OF.
Well, I'll just say Nick Proman, and that'll take enough away.
Dude, Nick Proman, all you think is porno.
Why not? Look at that guy.
Gay
Wow.
porn, but whatever.
I mean, and it's Utah. What else can you do?
Yeah. They've got the pink lady or something like that.
What's up, Jigsy? The pink lady.
They go for a soak in Utah, right?
Oh, shit.
Something like that. Marty, what was your whiskey of the year? Or is that giving away something you're about to video?
No, I'm not. I'm going to do something Tuesday. I've got a list here that I've been working on. I'm going to try to do something different than everybody else. Everybody's doing like, top 10, top 20, or if you're Fred Minnick, top 2,000.
Top, I think it was like top 20 for ADHD on Friday, something like that.
I'm going to do something Tuesday live that I think is going to be kind of cool. It's like I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 whiskeys that were brand new to me in 2024 that I really look forward to that they may do in the future. So, like, I'll give you an example. Evernorth stuff, Whiskey Wars, Fox and Odin, Limestone Farms, Smoke Eye Hill, stuff like that.
I saw the
That Fox
Smoke
and
Eye
Odin Double
Hill.
Oak.
Say again?
That Fox and Odin Double Oak.
Yeah.
And that stuff was good.
Yeah, I'm just looking forward to stuff that, like, just different. You know what I'm saying?
I
don't
saw
know.
the Smoke Eye Hill at the store. That was another one I saw at that Wyatt store with the Shanks and Baumgartners and fucking Jack Daniels picks and
But a
Russell's
lot of
picks
people.
and Four Roses picks.
Mike, I've brought it up in a couple other streams. Like, well, man, you're talking about single barrels. I was like, well, yeah, okay, fine. Like my Smoke Eye Hills, I have 2 of them, and they're 134 proofs.
And are they good?
I
Are
love
they
it.
single barrel? I didn't know if
Yeah,
they're single barrel.
they're single barrels.
Because is that a Colorado whiskey? I feel like I thought that was Colorado.
HMGP, I think.
But the distillery that like rebottles it is Colorado.
Yeah.
Randy brought over a bottle, and I thought it was good. I did not
Oh,
think it
okay.
was WLW or whatever they're comparing it to. Isn't that what what's his name said? It's like WLW. I'll be honest, I'm not 100% behind his
Who the
palate.
fuck's at my front door?
One of the Lions offensive linemen just pulled up with a hamstring.
Oh, dude, like that's the biggest fear right now. They need to.
Freaking
he's-
Seidler, who's an ex-Wisconsin Badger.
No way he's a starter though, right? Like
Yeah, he's a starter.
2-minute warning.
Why is Goff still out in the game?
Yeah, why are they all in the game?
Yeah, Hooker ought to be playing.
Well, there are several people chasing bonuses.
Yeah, but still.
Yeah, I agree.
2 minutes,
What was it?
31-9.
Dude,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
I'll
Von
call
Miller got a sack in the Buffalo game today, and it made him $1.5 million in bonuses. If you knew one sack would give you a $1.5 million bonus, would you let them just take you out because they don't want you to get hurt?
I mean, Geno Smith could barely walk in the fourth quarter. The Seahawks won. They had 10 wins. Geno Smith made $3 billion.
I thought he was straight.
So that he got the
Sorry,
Seahawks to
Roger.
10 wins, so he made $3 million. And he couldn't even walk.
Gandy, you think, dude, I went to Boulder Distillery one time. This was during COVID or like right towards the end of COVID. That place, I will never go back there again. I should have known better because it's Boulder. For those of you that never been to Boulder, fucking people are all bougie bitches. That's not me.
They're all
Right?
boulders.
Yeah, Boulder people are dumb. But unless you live in Boulder, in which case I love you, Candy. You're great. What is that? Oh, Balvenie single barrel 12 year.
First fill bourbon.
That is not sherry finished.
No, this is a first fill bourbon cask.
Yeah, that's not
That's a
sherry
bottle
finished.
kill
That's
right there,
special.
Crans.
I've been working on this all night, so it's going to be a bottle kill right now.
Say, Dave, wait, before you do it, say, I've been working on this all night.
I've been working on this all night.
Chug a lug.
That's getting clipped.
Which
That's
Balvenie in a bourbon cask is really tasty.
Man, so is Balvenie good? I've got a Balvenie.
Yeah, Balvenie is really good.
I don't know why I don't drink more scotch. I just don't like it as much as bourbon.
I've been working on those samples you gave me, John, this past 2 weeks. That's what I've been.
Oh, the Scotch ones?
Yeah.
So do you prefer bourbon or scotch, John, in general? I mean, I know you like both, but
I'm like, it's a seasonal thing for me. I'm more Scotch, sherry bombs, and pot still Irish during the winter when it's cold, and more bourbon and rye during the summer.
really, like
It's like drinking IPAs during the summer and porters and stouts in the winter. It's just a seasonal thing.
Interesting. Bourbon. Josh says bourbon all the way. What about ryes? Like I like ryes, but
I
they're
love
not
rye
like-
during the summer.
really. Like I feel like ryes are more of a winner.
I just like rye in general.
I love rye more than bourbon actually now.
So it's interesting. I was thinking about this before. I think I've said this on the channel.
Are you going to keep highlighting me or what?
Oh, sorry, buddy. You're just super important to the channel at that point.
I'm not that important, man.
The I didn't even think about it. Like I just felt like we were talking, like it was a FaceTime call we were having. I think so ryes I always feel like are more unique than bourbons in general. So it's like other than the last 2 years, so like the 3 or 4 years before the last 2 years, it was always rye was my favorite. Right? Because they were the most unique, the most stand out almost.
I think there's more variety, more breadth in ryes than there are bourbons.
Yeah, in ryes, yeah. But bourbons I feel like are just like you can just go pick one and like it.
Yeah.
Oh, Gandy Road, the Powers Irish Rye is fantastic.
I've never had that.
Oh, that's fantastic stuff.
Weeders for winter. I always dig I like weeders at higher proof though, I've found. I'm not a huge low proof weeder fan.
See, up until 2 years ago, the only rye I liked was Rittenhouse rye.
Nothing wrong with that.
And then now I love rye just as much as bourbon. But
yeah, I live in the state of
I don't know what
Limousin.
changed it. Yeah, it was just something in the palate changed.
Yeah.
I live in the state of Limousin and Driftless, so it's hard not to love rye.
Dude, I love my limousine ryes that are finished in French oaks.
I've got one that's finished in a honey barrel, man. It's so good.
So Marty, are you gonna get the story time turkey?
Yeah.
Because he just put it up today for pre-order.
Yeah, I need to email Shane.
I can't buy it. So it's funny, like I can't go renew my subscription or whatever it is.
Yeah.
So I just need to Venmo him. I think that's
what I'll do.
roughly what he owes me for the almost.
Yeah.
What he owes me for the Hirsch's. So I need to I'll say, hey, I'll send you the 50 plus shipping and send me one of those. But I also want that Scott Pigsley one. So he put up, I talked about this earlier. He put up the old Louisville bourbon 10-year slugger. That's 150. The proof's not on there though, I don't think. Proof 113 to 116. The turkey is a 15-year turkey.
Wow.
And that's why dude, a 15-year turkey. Like, what are we paying for like Master's Keep?
Yeah, really.
Are the
mean,
JD
that's a
bottles
lot,
both
like-
75?
What's that?
Are the JD bottles both 75?
So the JDs, come on, move. There we go. Okay.
77 and 74.
So the rye is 70, 78, and the bourbon or whatever they call it.
I just have a
Tennessee.
really hard time finding the barrel proof rye picks up here.
Yeah, 70. I think that's a good price for a
John, I think
barrel proof
there'll be more available as we go through the year. I think it's
Yeah, I'm seeing them more and more.
Yeah, because Kentucky Spirit Bourbon is gone. They're going to go straight rye, so I think they'll be more available.
But I gotta get the Scott Pigsley one of all those. Like that's the one.
Yeah, I
just
gotta get one of those too. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So there's $69.99 there. Josh, he's probably getting a little bit better deal than Shane would get. So paying $7 more or $8 more. Yeah, rye. I'm seeing more and more of the Jack Daniel's barrel proof ryes.
Yeah, John, I just live in really rural northern Wisconsin. So it's
Dude, that
difficult for
sounds
me to
so
see
fucking
things up
cool
here.
every time you say that. Although,
I live
here-
30 miles north of Green Bay, so I'm north of the frozen tundra.
dude, it is 17 degrees outside right now here, according to my watch.
Let me see what
It's 18 out here.
It's cold as shit here. Let me see.
It's warmer here. No, it's warmer there.
37 here.
Are you guys going to get this snowstorm that's like raging across everywhere but Colorado?
No, it's supposed to be like mid Illinois and south. It's not even up here.
Yeah, dude, I got a dusting. That's all I freaking got. We're not
It's
getting, we
first
haven't
week
gotten
of January. I have a
snow.
dusting of snow.
I have
There's
not
like
had to
no snow
shovel.
whatsoever up here.
I've not had to shovel my driveway yet since like March.
I think the biggest snowstorm I had was about 3 to 4 inches, and 2 days later it was raining and 50, and the snow was gone.
I'll
So I
be
still
honest.
see all the leaves I did in mulch in September.
Oh yeah, the biggest snowstorms we normally get are like 36 hours after it was like 75 degrees.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like we'll get like this really warm day with right before the storm comes in, and then we'll get like 18 inches of snow.
Yeah.
You got show me the proof. Got 9 inches in central Illinois.
Well, somebody got 9 inches. Hell,
Wow, John Cloud's at 5 inches. 21 degrees feels like 7 in Tulsa. Yeah. Tulsa, like that's because the humidity, like Colorado is so different. We just don't have humidity. And it's just way different than other parts of the country. Like,
You don't have air there either.
yeah, it's hard to breathe. But it's
so
like
Gandy Road, you live by Union 42 then, right? Which is a
7
bar
inches
I
in
really
Union.
need to visit at some point. Which
Yeah,
I
in
have a
Colorado-
claim for them.
Like I was looking at it the other day and we had it was like 32 degrees outside, like the actual temperature, and then the weather thing said feels like 45. Like how often do you get that? Like clearly the wind wasn't blowing because we get tons of wind here, but I'm looking forward to living in Arkansas. Yeah, you just get great weather all the time and people playing the banjo on the corner of every street.
Wow.
Yep.
Just
And apparently all my cousins down there are probably really hot.
when ASP turns their lights
my
on behind you, you better
Here he
hold it quick.
goes.
Holy
He goes.
shit.
You sure got a pretty mouth, man.
I got to think about this for a second.
Oh, there's Mark. Mark, the
Cheers,
only
Doc.
thing we haven't talked about tonight so far is whether or not to get the flu and COVID shots. Jump on in. Just kidding. We don't want to talk about that.
No.
I went to like it was kind of like an early dinner with my cousin who she's super raging conservative. And I told her I told a joke and she hit my shoulder and it's like really sore from the shots. And she's like, "You got the shots? Like you're one of them?" And I'm like, "My doctor told me to." Like I was at the doctor's office. She's like, "Do you want us to give that to you right now?" And I'm like, "Should I get it?" And she's like, "You're diabetic. Seems like a good idea." And I was like, "Okay."
Gandy Road, we need to go visit him.
Jake. Fair.
What are you smoking tonight, Jacob?
Something good.
There you go. Mark Emanecker had the flu shot. Dude, I felt like shit yesterday, Mark. I'm not going to lie. I got it Friday morning. My
Got
shoulder. I
what?
didn't
What'd you
sleep
get,
good
Mike?
Friday.
What'd you get?
I got the flu and then the Pfizer shot for the COVID.
I need the flu. And I was like, yeah. He's like, you're 50 years old. It can kill you. And I was like, well, okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's, I don't get the flu usually,
I don't either.
but it's
I'm just sanitizing from the inside out. That's all.
yeah, that's right.
There you go.
But I was just like, you know what? Like, I just know how dangerous it is when you're diabetic, and I don't want to fucking take a chance of that being another problem. Like, I don't have Aflac.
In 32 days, I'll be 50.
Aflac.
50. Are we gonna have a birth? Are you asking for a birthday stream right now? Done.
I'll be in
Done.
Florida.
Huh?
I'll be in Florida. Teachers meetup is that weekend. It's a Thursday, and
Wow,
I'm going
fuck
to be in
you.
Florida. Oh, hey, well, you know.
How old will
Throw
you
me
be,
a
Brian?
birthday party. 50.
I've already passed that threshold.
Same here.
Yeah, no, my birthday's on Thursday, and then his meetup Friday,
Oh,
Saturday.
mine was only a couple months ago. I passed. Well, I'm
I was
51.
in November. Me and John were pretty
51?
close.
Yeah, I turned 51 in October.
Hey, for the record, I am conservative and not conservative. It really depends on the issue. I am not blanket conservative or liberal on anything.
Mike, how's Frankie?
Fuck Frankie. Just kidding.
Oh, that's what he's going to do later.
Oh my God. Holy shit.
Wow.
Whoa.
Mike is liberal when it comes to John Aston.
Frankie is good. I actually almost didn't go live tonight. So first of all, Frankie is the love of my life.
We
And,
know.
Yeah,
She
she is
doesn't know better.
absolutely
Yeah,
my best friend, and everything good about me has come from her if you ask her.
we know that.
But I almost didn't go live tonight because she was supposed to have surgery on her mouth tomorrow morning down in Denver, and we were going to stay down there, but her blood pressure has been really high. And so we're dealing with her blood pressure problems. And so they postponed
Quit getting on her fucking nerves, and it won't be so hot.
I can't help it, dude. Like, when the biggest problem that she has with me is when she talks, I don't listen. And I'm not doing it on purpose. I don't listen.
Huh?
Well,
You get me. You get
Yeah.
me.
I do
Roger.
get you on that. I do get that.
Yeah, like
Yeah. Yeah, when they say,
90% of her-
why aren't you listening to me is a weird way to start a conversation.
Yeah,
I just
that's
don't
what I
understand it.
I'm like, that's a weird way to start this conversation off. I don't know why you're asking that.
And that's when my wife goes, "You ever thought about hearing aids?" I was like, "What?
Yeah.
Huh?"
I'm pretty sure it's not the sound coming into my ear being the problem.
Yeah.
It's somewhere between the ear and the brain when you're speaking. That's the problem.
And
And I
somebody
don't
says
mean to
that
do it on
there's-
purpose. Like, absolutely, Frankie is the smartest person I know if she's watching this right now. But I just, for some reason, when she talks, and I'm like, usually she's talking to me and I'm doing something else. You know what I mean? And it's like, I'm like, dude, do you really have to talk about the housewives right now? Like, I'm thinking about something else. Like, I'm only sort of hearing you. I'm only like, you could see by the way I'm looking through you right now, or I'm not actually registering what you're saying.
Why are you, if you're on a call with like 50 other guys and somebody says, well, I saw WLW for $150 today. And everybody, yeah, you go, what? You
Big
heard
deal.
that.
Yeah, Frankie thinks it's something personal that I'm doing to her, like it's disrespectful or something like that. So this is okay. You guys can be my marriage counselor right now.
Easy.
Oh boy.
This is
So-
Lauren, I gotta get a drink.
I know that's what you guys want. Okay. So there's been this habit that Frankie has, and Adriana's probably experienced this before, but when you're talking to Frankie, God bless her, she always thinks she knows what you're going to say. So she finishes your sentence.
Get Brian. Do it again, Brian. Do it again, Brian. Yeah. Uh-huh.
So like there was this thing, I don't even know what we were talking about, but I was like, you know where I learned that? I learned that from, and she goes, a rap song. And my daughter was in the car with us, and I was like, what? And she's like, oh, like, I'm like, that was so random. Like, why would it be from a rap song? My daughter was laughing. It's like this ongoing joke with my kids about her finishing your sentence. And like, she's wrong 90% of we'll say 60% of the time. Right. So I tell her, like, it gets irritating because I'll be like talking to Adriana and she's like finishing my sentence. And I'm like, no, can I finish? Right. And she's like, oh yeah, sorry. And I'm like, stop finishing my sentences. So this has happened for decades. Like we've been together for 25 years now. So
God,
I get it's hard to make that change. So I tell her, I was like, you need to work on that. And she goes, it's been 25 years. And if I haven't fixed it by then, you have to figure it out. I'm like, okay.
Okay.
And so then like she talks to me and I wasn't listening. And she's like, yeah, 60% of the time it works every time. Right. So she tells me and she starts talking to me one time and she's like, you're not listening, are you? And I'm like, sorry, I was busy doing something. You do this all the time. I'm like, I've been doing it for 25 years. If you don't understand that this is how it works, you need to figure it out. And she's like, oh my God. I'm like, didn't you just say that to me like 2 days ago?
shock collar.
That you weren't going to work on it because you're too old to fix it? I'm like, that's what I just said to you. You'd love to spend, hey, you can't hold the player down, Richie.
You know what? I'm a little bit more than half. Yeah.
25 years with one lady, Richie. I will say, like, as much as I tease Frankie, I will say, like, yeah. I know she said it to me first, Adriana. She said it to me first, for the record. No, but it's Frankie is the absolute love of my life, and
one more.
I feel very lucky to have her sometimes.
Yeah.
Bless you, John.
I got
Thank
it for
you.
you, John. Yeah.
Thank
I was
you.
like, wow.
It's just really dry in the house here, so yeah.
And you didn't even blow your fucking wig off. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
You can't see that picture.
I think
I'm just glad to be live with you guys. I haven't been with you guys.
Yeah, I've been on lives very often.
Yeah, nobody joins me anymore except Slapshot.
I'm there in chat, but
And you keep
And
fucking
tonight
with
was
me.
the first whiskey I've drank in more than 2 weeks.
I keep talking about Slapshot's 3.5 inches, and he's not going to be here next time.
and that's only half his beard, Mike. It's only half of his beard. The 3.5.
Exactly.
I feel like, oh yeah, I finished the Hirsch, so this one's mine.
All right,
Yeah, this is the
hold on,
first
Mike.
whiskey
Hold
I
on,
drank
Mike.
since
Hold on,
before
hold on,
Christmas.
Mike. Hold on.
I'm going to crack
You
this
can
one.
keep that.
It's Willet. You love Willet, Slapshot.
Yeah, I don't love Willet. I hate that shit.
I mean, should they make like a pot still cast strength maybe?
Oh,
All right, here we go.
Chief never texted me to tell me if he liked it because I sent him this bottle.
What's your proof, Mike? I think it's higher than mine from what you've said in the past.
Whoa, that's like a pot still.
128.3.
That's a
I
pot
need a
still.
pot.
Shit. Mine's 112.4. I'll just put her back over there.
Oh wow.
I bought one of those like 4 years ago. I made that.
That's about how old that one is.
But I still have the bottle because I love the bottle. The stuff inside it was.
Oh, Marcus.
I gave it to my brother because he's the one that got me in a bourbon, and he's a Willard guy.
Yeah, that's
And then
my
all of a
dog.
sudden, he gave it back to me as a gift because his buddy found him a 175. I'm like, you have at it, man.
Let's go.
So he's got the really big pot still bottle.
Oh, Mr. Mom, I'm really sorry to hear about.
Oh, dude, that's. I'm sorry, but that's an awesome relationship right there.
I'm so sorry, buddy.
I couldn't imagine losing Frankie after
Hey, Mark,
the time we've been together.
Cheers, guys.
haven't seen you in a while.
Yeah, man. What's new?
I just haven't been on very often. So.
Mark, hey, it just started at my house, Mark. I'm like just a dusting so far, but they're calling.
Yeah,
for like
there's
13.
probably 7 or 8 inches of snow out there, and it's just blowing now. It's drifting. About 3
Well, the
o'clock.
last update.
I
they
wouldn't
updated
know what
that
3:30.
7 or 8
it's
inches looks
13.
like.
About 3:30, I ran my snow blower and cleared off the path in front of the house and the driveway, and it's
Lucky
full.
Mrs. Emmenacker.
Filled up.
I gotta go get a new I bought a battery powered snowblower, and the top thing where the like little thing points out like this, you know that thing? Whatever
Shoot.
it's called. The chute? Is that what it's
The
called?
shoot.
That
Yes.
sounds like what it should be called. That thing broke over in the summer, so it because it was in my garage, so it like cracked over. I got to get a new chute.
Huh. There's not a bolt to adjust the angle of it or something?
No, like it's broken. You can see
Oh.
like it's cracked along the base.
You don't have like the hand dial where you can adjust how it.
Yeah, but it's cracked. Like it literally, whatever somebody like slammed something.
What brand snowblower do you have?
What's that?
What brand snowblower do you have?
It's a
Echo.
yeah, like something like that. Ego or whatever, the green.
Oh yeah, Ego, EGO.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
got
have
a
the
free
old
one.
Wisconsin made Aaron's.
I mean, I have a driveway and then a sidewalk that like goes around the house that I'm responsible for. So
Hey Mike, do a little teaching here. These Hirsch yellow labels, what's the difference between these and the old Kirks from Willett?
I don't know. Let's look at.
I
the
don't
old-
either.
Well, these are blended.
Well, then the old Kirk are single barrels.
These are technically single barrels too, if you look at them, but they're still blended to be single barrel. I think they're finished single barrel.
That one may not be double oaked.
Those old Kirk single barrels are really good though.
Oh, you damn right.
Those 6-year-old, man, I had a sample of one. Holy shit, it was good.
Mark, I'm so sorry I sent you a bottle that you already had. That kills me.
Okay,
man.
okay.
I'll fix that. I'll fix
It's
that.
fine. No,
Okay.
you're good. Don't worry about it.
No, I do. I'll fix that. I've got
It's
some
good.
picks coming. I've got some picks coming, and I'll take care of that.
I mean,
I'm
you don't
sorry.
need to do anything different. I'm glad you sent me something at all. So I'm just grateful to have
Nah, you
a
don't need to
Secret
fuck
Santa
with
and get something out of it. So
Well,
no problems.
for
No
sure.
worries.
Nah.
Yeah, Mr. Mom, I will say that like 22 years with somebody that you were that close to is a blessing, and many people never experience anything like that. Just so you know.
Yeah, I mean, my thoughts to you, man, that is amazing.
Yep.
Yeah,
Can't imagine.
That's something.
I
I
mean,
was only
that's-
married 5.5 years.
yeah, that's a glass half full view on it, which I know is fucking irritating. as shit.
Adriana, that might be the comment of the night, babe. Right there.
Yeah,
I love it. I love it.
that's like a grumpy old man comment right there.
You're damn
Which
right.
one?
Only a bunch of men on with the conversation go from loving your wives to snow blowers.
Oh yeah.
Oh, there's a joke in there somewhere, but I'm not going to say anything more.
Yeah. Some of our wives are snow blowers.
This is just fucking God almighty. This is one of the best bottles I own. I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah, I feel like that is me most of the time. You guys may not understand this, but I can be a challenge.
No.
No. No.
Vertically and mentally. Let me
Yeah,
just say.
like, dude, I've got an
Not
opinion
vertically,
on
not vertically. I
everything.
am.
I'm with you, Brian.
I've got an
Oh, there you go,
opinion
Mark.
on
With 8
everything.
of me.
Just going to have a little splash.
Man, my shoulder is still sore as shit.
Gotta use
What
the
were you
other
doing?
arm.
Mark, that's what I started with
Shot.
tonight. That's a fucking hitter, dude. I love it.
What were you doing, Mike?
I got the shots. The
Oh, okay, that's okay. Yeah.
You got the syphilis and the gonorrhea. at
yeah, I had
the
to
same
get
time.
that
Yeah,
freaking
too
clap.
much. It was way too much for him.
What is the clap really? Like clap is a nickname, right?
They don't have shots for that.
Oh, they don't for the clap.
Tell him, Mark.
Only if you get it, you get a shot. There's not a vaccine.
Oh, I got you. I got you.
Well, that's what I think we're saying.
Looks like I picked the wrong week to quit sniffing glue.
Yeah, exactly.
Surely you can't be serious.
And don't
I
call
am
me
serious.
Shirley.
And don't call me Shirley.
Used to be a penicillin, Chad. I remember
What
that.
kind of plane is it? It's a big, pretty white plane with windows.
With wings and everything.
Wings. Looks like a pterodactyl.
That's right, John. Nobody brings that part up.
Or
What
it's
can
like,
you make? Hey, what can you make?
It's a
out of it?
sale at
Like
pennies
a hat and a bow and all
and a
that.
brooch
it's like
and a pterodactyl.
Brooch. Yeah.
it's like Kareem. My dad says you never hustle. You tried dragging Bob Lanier up and down the floor.
Fuck.
Excuse me, waitress. I speak or stewardess. I speak jive.
Did you have the fish? No, I had the
Oh, Mama
lasagna.
hit me to the bone, man. Come on now. You know it hit me to the bone. Cut me some jive. Cut me some slack, Jack. Mama trying to help. You don't want no help. Mama don't give no help.
So take the courtesy white courtesy phone. Hold take the ham on 5. Hold the mail. Yeah.
We need to have a damn live stream with nothing but jive.
What's our vector, Victor? Do we have clearance, Clarence? Roger.
The red zone is for
Loading.
Loading and unloading.
Plane arriving
I
on
love when
gate
it's
3, on gate 4, on gate 5, on gate 6.
Yeah,
Excuse
everybody's
me, would you
running
like some
down the
coffee?
terminal.
Yeah, I'd like it black, like by men.
Yeah. Dude,
He
I'm
never
just
has
saying
a
though,
second
like
cup at
it's
home.
funny quoting that,
Exactly.
but if you watch those movies now, you're like, dude, I really remember it funnier.
Yeah.
That's because we've seen it 475
Yeah,
times.
that's probably true. Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
Dude, the kids just don't get it. Like my kids are just like, I
No.
don't get it.
Yeah,
I mean, I've got
I can
Blazing
quote
Saddles
movies
on
from the
DVD
80s,
here.
and my wife can sing
That's
every
cool,
song
Mr.
from
Mom.
the 80s.
That's
so we're
cool,
covered
man.
in.
Dude,
God bless
Blazing
you.
Saddles,
God bless
how is
you.
that even still allowed to be played anywhere?
Yeah.
You talk about an inappropriate movie.
The opening
And the
credits.
thing, if
Yeah.
you find out like
Well,
how
that
they
and Blazing
wrote that,
Saddles, that and Blazing Saddles would never make it now.
No, that's what we were talking about. Didn't I just say Blazing Saddles?
You
yeah,
probably
I
did.
mean, Mel Brooks wrote the lines for the black characters, and Richard Pryor wrote the lines for the white guys.
Hey, I will still walk in somewhere and I'll look at Jenny and be like, "Where the white women at?"
Who likes dark chocolate more than milk chocolate? That's somebody time him out.
my daughter.
That's like
My
the
wife.
church thing. Like we're gonna read from the books of Matthew, Mark, Luke, and Doc.
Dude, this Hirsch is so good. This is
Damn
so
right.
good, Roger.
I can't imagine that proof though, Mike, that you've got. That's crazy.
That was one of the best bottles we found. And that was just purely looking at the bottle when we walked in there and they like had 3 left and we were like,
I think this is
Yeah,
my
we-
bottle of the year. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like this.
You know
Might
what?
be
There's
my-
absolutely no argument here from that.
I love the Willet in it slap shot.
Well, you drink it all up.
well, didn't we
I
think
feel like
the rest
you're
of it
not
was
getting
barred
the
sound?
funk a little bit. I don't think you're, really leaning into the funk.
Yeah, I do not like it.
Who wants a funk? Gotta have that funk.
Okay, so the other thing I was gonna tell you is
We got the weed, got the funk.
I
I
don't.
found a playlist on Spotify that I'm kind of
Weed
digging
got the
lately.
funk.
Gotta have that funk. Mhm.
Do you remember the show Chuck?
Yeah.
So
I do.
I've been watching the show
Think.
like front to back, like beginning to end over the last month or so. But its soundtrack is fucking awesome.
Hmm.
Like we're talking super like Rush. Oh my god. Dude, I didn't know I like Rush as much as I like Rush.
Well, you should have known that.
Tom Sawyer, fucking what a good song.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I mean, right.
Dude. And so they have like a playlist that's based on it's not like the soundtrack, but it's based on it on Spotify. Dude, it's so good. It's like I'm digging 80s rock lately. I feel like my dad that used to listen to 50s music when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And
It's
now
like the oldies now.
yeah, I'm like now my oldies is like Journey and Styx and Rush and
Yeah. It's crazy. That was 40 years ago.
Hey, Mike, check your text and you can share that.
my text. I didn't get a text.
I just sent you one.
Oh, I just haven't gotten it yet.
You can share it.
Yeah, Gandy, I'm
It's a
the
Are you
long
sure you
time to
sent
get
it
up.
to me?
I don't like
You
any
probably just
Willet
sent
either.
it to your boss.
Get up the mountains.
I have not had a Willet that I enjoy.
Well, this is one of them for me.
I haven't gotten it yet. We'll see.
Okay.
Is it a picture or something? That might be why it's
Yeah,
taking.
it's a meme.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
It's a dick pic.
Oh, my.
No. It's a commercial all of us have seen, so let's put it that way.
I will be honest. That Four Roses pick that Shane and I got the OESO at. I think it's really good, but it's not the best Four Roses I've ever had. Shane tends to think it's the best Four Roses he's ever had.
Hawk tonight had a couple of the new Four Roses recipes. Green label and red label, but I don't know.
And the store by me had different releases, a single barrel, different versions, different recipes.
I've seen those red label releases now.
I never saw a green one. I don't think.
So the thing I like about 80s rock is like you can just sing along with it.
It's good.
Yeah, like you could sing like dude, singing along with Tom Sawyer or Journey or like you know, it's like at your soul. Air Supply. Fucking Air Supply is bomb. Ask Adriana.
Tears for Fears, Wham. I can do all kinds of crazy shit. Let's just keep it going.
When I sing Air Supply, I sound just like them.
I thought you were more like a
Bee Gees kind of guy.
No, I had it. Damn it, hell has been funny as shit.
Well, if you were Air Supply, have you seen him lately?
No, I don't know
Andy,
what
I
they
haven't
even look
had
like.
any,
I'll be
Yeah,
honest, like
but this is good. This yellow, me and Mike are drinking is special.
I am.
He has slip tripped and fell over the edge.
Yeah, yeah.
In
When
his
I
old
sing
age,
it, like
he's
it
got
gets to his
strawberry
soul.
fingernails.
Oh, what's this fucking guy's name?
Yeah, like I'll be honest, like I've never been like a band thing. Like if you told me a Rolling Stones song, I probably wouldn't even know that was the Rolling Stones.
Not Air Supply. What the fuck?
Like I know one Air Supply song. I know like Mr. Roboto for Sticks. I know Journey, quite a bit of Journey. Like
Yeah.
You don't know Renegade or Come Sail Away?
Oh, yeah, I know those.
Hey. Here's your good one. Is Chris?
Cheers, man.
Cheers, man.
What's his name? Sailing.
Christopher Cross.
Yeah,
Christopher
God
Cross.
Almighty. Mr. Mom said Rick Astley. Damn right.
We're gonna Rick roll us.
Sailing takes me away from.
That was
Oh,
a
my
sick
God.
song. Sailing away with you.
Come Sail Away. It's the sixth song.
Yeah,
Come sail away. There you go.
Sailing. That was
What
Christopher
about
Cross.
Africa?
Aliens.
Toto.
Oh, Toto.
That's how
That was
it's gonna take a
Toto.
lot to drag me away from you. Yep.
Oh,
You're gonna get demonetized.
you got 30 seconds.
Hey, I tell you this too. Some of the greatest Christmas songs are from the 80s. Really?
People love it when I'm dancing in my truck when they drive by me on the freeway.
Well, that's your thought.
Including state
So,
troopers?
Especially
No,
State
the
Troopers.
state troopers just dig me. I mean, just the girl ones.
Gandy, that's my all-time favorite
I'm
band.
just
from
saying,
the
there's only
80s.
one time I've ever been pulled over in my life where I didn't get a ticket, and it was that time.
Z-Man, you weren't here for this one. He explained that the state trooper fell in love with him and gave him his phone number.
Dude,
With who?
I can't help it.
With,
that
with Mike Stalzy.
it's
He-Man got
my
a bottle of Buffalo Trace there. Come on, man.
Oh, yeah. Get her
For
Buffalo.
a liter. Is that a big one?
Are you bottle chugging that shit?
Shut the fuck up.
I did a bottle chug earlier, He-Man. So
Yeah, actually,
Somebody
you're the
said-
only one that's done the bottle chug tonight, buddy.
yeah,
I'm not
somebody
even a
said
bottle
Zima.
chugger, man.
Babe,
G-Man's not a
cool,
bottle
man.
chugger.
I don't think I'll be doing anything for a while.
dude, I
You
bottle
might do a-
chug Bell
do a
Benny's.
white
You could bottle chug Buffalo Trace.
Stop that, John. I told you. Stop it.
Oh, Doc, I sent you that meme too.
What?
Oh, okay. I think I got it.
No,
One of
this
my
thing's
favorite
almost-
commercials ever. But
Is that good, Z-Man?
Yes, sir. It's oaky and kind of
My
like
Cooper right here.
it's got a bean nuttiness to it for $20. It's a steal.
That's a shame.
it's just wrong, isn't it?
Oh, it's a bourbon. What the fuck?
No, I'm talking to Doc. That-
Yeah. Yeah. The meme is just
You don't know who you're
craziness.
talking to, man.
There you go.
Here's
You
yours.
didn't get it, Mike?
Happy New Year, brother.
Crazy to
Mike,
think.
you didn't get the meme I texted you?
No, I never got it.
Oh,
Too bad.
Hey, Doc, I
Maybe
got
you
a
texted
question
it to
for
the
you.
wrong email or text.
Huh.
I got a question for Doc.
Uh-oh.
How come when we were kids, anytime you got sick, you got prescribed penicillin, you got a shot of penicillin, and you got pills, and you had all that? And I
Yeah.
don't think I've ever seen any. Is it they've just renamed it, or is
Because we have learned that overusing antibiotics for viral illnesses doesn't do anything, and you're breeding resistant bacteria, and so you're
So
causing
when
a
you
problem.
need it,
by
it doesn't.
But is
overprescribing.
penicillin gone?
Doesn't
Is it
work.
still
Slapshot
used?
sent me a
It's
dick
still
pic.
around, but it's not used as much because of this drug resistance that come out the regular penicillin. Then there's ampicillin, which is another kind of penicillin, and there's augmentin, which is ampicillin or amoxicillin with ingredient that helps with the resistant
Okay.
enzymes
I
that the
just
bacteria
wondered.
have. So there's a whole process of antibiotic development, and
that's not
penicillin
what I
doesn't work
sent you,
for
Mike.
something.
So
Well, the
So
penicillin will
that's what
still
I
take
sent
care of
Mike.
strep throat.
Well, then there's Z-biotic, right?
Well,
Z-biotics is what you drink before you drink alcohol to help you avoid a hangover.
you know what happened to me one time? I went to the
What's
emergency
what-
room.
You're talking about the
Z-Pack.
Z-Pack?
I know what you're talking about.
And
Yes.
that's even worse for drug resistance because if you want to get something resistant, you give it a little bit of medicine for a long time. And azithromycin or Z-Pack is not bacteria. It doesn't kill bacteria. It stops them from growing. It stops them from like reproducing, so you can clear them out. You
the
stop
only
them from
thing I'm
reproducing. You
allergic
keep
to-
exposing
I'm
them to the same chemical, and they grow. They develop resistance easily.
I'm allergic to
So it's the worst thing to use for a sinus infection, actually.
So I went to urgent care one time and I'm allergic to penicillin, and they're like, "Oh, we're going to give you penicillin because because they asked me, they're like, have you ever had a reaction to penicillin?" I'm like, "No, I was just told I'm allergic to penicillin."
Yeah.
And so the emergency room doctor was like, "I'm giving you penicillin."
I'm allergic.
And
I'm allergic to
they
ampicillin.
submitted it, and he's like, usually what happened back when you were a kid is if
got a
your dad
rash.
was allergic to penicillin, they just assumed you were also allergic to penicillin, so they never actually tried it.
Mm.
And I'm like, is this something that I want to fuck with, or do I just I don't know if that's what happened. Like, I don't know that that's the case.
How do you know what happened? How do you know you're allergic to it, Mike? Because your parents always told you?
Yeah, they always told me I was allergic to it. So they but the pharmacy wouldn't fill it. They're like, "Nope, we're not doing it. You told us you were allergic to penicillin, so we're not going to give you this."
Yeah,
Which is
too many other choices.
I'm
as well.
allergic. I'm allergic to erythromycin, but there's a whole different strand of mycins.
I'm allergic to work.
I don't know. That's
I'm
you got a new
allergic-
job. You must not be allergic to it.
I'm allergic to ampicillin, and it actually made me swell, and I had to go to the hospital for it.
Is that what happened to
Who
you?
was it said that I'm allergic to work?
I mean,
Was that
I
Mike?
think you're still swollen, Z-Man.
Oh, double fisting coming. Double fisting.
Oh, hey, easy does it.
I'll show you swollen. Come on over here.
Oh, yeah, I bet it's full.
Whoa.
Uppercuts. Uppercuts. Uppercuts.
Did you get my text, John?
I saw the one that said "yo," but
Yeah, I never got yours.
dude, look
get
on your
mine?
Facebook Messenger. Then I sent
I
it there.
forwarded, I
Oh,
forwarded
okay.
you the meme.
John.
Did you get mine? Mike blocked everyone and you Whiskey Tube from texting. It's fine.
Yeah,
The
I'm
one
like,
with the
fucking
Dick
stop
guitar pick.
Yeah, I saw that.
I don't text
Oh,
Mike. I don't text Mike because I know he's hardcore.
Mike, look on Facebook Messenger. Then
Oh, okay, I got it.
Did you get my text? Because I forwarded you the one John sent.
No, I didn't get yours either.
You blocked us
did
all.
you get the one now that I sent?
Yeah, I got the one on Facebook Messenger.
Okay.
Hold on. Oops. Here we go.
It's the one I sent to you, Brian.
Oh, okay.
The Mean Joe Green one.
Mm-hmm.
Emboldened by his success with Mean Joe Green, this kid offered O.J. Simpson a Coke the following week and got stabbed 36 times.
Bullshit. I call bullshit.
Oh my God.
I can't believe.
I'm sorry, but I was a little kid. I loved that commercial.
That
we
was
all
so
did.
Oh, yeah.
freaking cool. Yes, sir. Yeah.
Oh, now I just got text messages from everybody. Hold on. Let me see what I got.
They're gonna blow your phone up. Don't talk
Oh.
bad about me, Joe Green.
I just got it on text from you, John, and then Mark just
Okay.
sent it also.
All right.
You're in the basement.
Oh,
Remember, you're in the basement. Your signal's a little weak down there.
Yeah, that's true. Hey, Z-Man,
Yes, sir.
did you already sleep?
Yeah, I took a 2-hour nap, man. Came back.
Oh.
What's your point?
You're good to go. I was just making sure I know you have to work tomorrow.
No, I'm not working tomorrow.
I'm not sure if I'm working tomorrow or not. I'm not sure if the road's going to be passable.
Ain't nobody sick tomorrow, Mark.
No, I'm gonna deal with it. I'm gonna deal with the season crime happens.
And I'll be there. I don't know if anybody's going to get there.
They'll just be
I can
calling on the phone
guarantee
going,
that.
"Hey, man."
Go to the office and no one goes in because they can't drive out of their neighborhood.
Yeah, everybody's gonna be working here tomorrow. There's no snow.
Fuck work.
We haven't had snow yet. It's super
We're like
frustrating.
low teens and no snow up here.
F work says the man who works for fun because he's already retired once.
That's
You talking
Roger.
to me? You
Yeah.
talking to me,
He's
son?
retired.
Yeah, you say F work, but you go every day because you love it. You're still there. You could
I gotta-
retire and quit.
Yes, sir.
I mean, if you got to look at prison wallets all day, I wouldn't retire either.
I'm just wondering, like,
His
why
favorite part
would
is
you go to
searching them.
work at a ladies' prison?
Exactly, Mark.
He just waits for the strip search.
I
Just
feel
finish
like
that.
once I was ready to retire, I would be like, I'm going to a women's prison.
I mean, Z-Man loves those cavity
They'll catch you
searches.
worse.
There's-
Nowadays,
you know what?
Mike, those are filled with
And
men.
There's too
Think
many
about
hot
it.
girls. There's too many hot girls out there, Mike.
There's only one place in this world that's the perfect place to be a head coach, and that's a prison, because you have no alumni, you have no fans, and everybody has to listen to what you say. Think
I
about it.
mean, if you're a Z-Man, you got those Monday morning cavity searches. So
Yeah, fuck you, man.
All right, boys, I'm going to bed.
All
Hey,
right.
see you, Marty.
Here's
I'm
Marty.
gonna
Wants to
shut
sit down.
down.
Marty.
See you,
Anybody
Marty.
that wants to sit in the back can come jump in. We've got a few spots. I'm gonna just shut
It's
down the
11 o'clock
live.
already. Kid was
I mean,
11
I'll
o'clock.
hang out the back, Mike. But
Whoa.
Yeah,
Well, you
you
don't
need
need
to
to
He'll
hang
be right
out in
behind
my
Z-Man.
back.
Johnny needs to behave himself.
Yeah, tell.
I am
hey,
behaving
punch
myself.
him up. Just punch up, Z-Man.
Punch
Yeah,
him right in the dick.
you look like you're fisting him right now. Just for the.
I'd love to fist him. He probably squawk like a duck.
I got the opening. I don't feel it. So
Yeah. All right, everybody. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you in 2 weeks. Next week, I'm traveling, so I won't be here. I'll be in New Jersey, but we will see
My
you guys in
condolences.
2 weeks.
Sorry about that.
come on, I want to see the live from the swamps of New Jersey.
Yeah, I might jump on if Anthony opens his up. I might jump on from my iPad there, but we will see you guys in 2 weeks. Cheers. Talk to you later.
Cheers.
Cheers, Ben.